Michael Storey for the last show of the 2025 fantasy football year. Wrapping this shit up, man. What a grind it's been. Sign me up for Grindr. Oh, wait, Storey. I'm already on Grindr, baby. You ever see my profile on there?
No. What's the profile pic of?
So, you know how they have those like Hulk Hogan shirts that's just like a t-shirt you wear to the beach that has muscles on it? So instead of a shirtless selfie, it's just me in front of a mirror with that shirt on.
Nice.
And then like if a dude's drunk enough, he's going to be like, whoa, this dude's ripped. And then I meet him in person and he's like, this guy is a fucking slop. I'm kidding. I'm straight. I'm married, guys, to a girl.
Speaking of
Sorry,
muscles,
can you verify? Can you verify this?
I mean, personally, no, but I've heard anecdotally.
Erica would be the hottest trans ever, dude. You know, if Erica was trans, I'd still fuck her. Not just because I'm biased. Would you? No, would you?
I don't quite understand. Like, are you saying if she's a dude and dressing and a trans? Like, I don't.
If that was a dude, yeah. If she was actually a dude, but you didn't know she was a dude, like, and it came down to it, yeah, you'd be like, all right,
okay,
cool,
yeah, that's fine.
You fooled me. Like, congratulations, you earned it. This is a wild show. Dude, I'm hammered. I mean, I've been sick, as you know, but man, this game was stressful. Was very stressful for me. And I drank almost a 12-pack of Lagunitas, 7.5%ers. So it's
that's
I gotta show you this. Look at this matchup, bro. Look at this shit. Less than 1 point. I had Stafford, he had Bijan, and just in full PPR, and just watching this game, fucking unreal, dude.
That game was ridiculous. That game was stupid, and Week 17 has been an absolute disaster this year. Like, this Christmas schedule, I don't think players are ready for that. Next year, we're going to get Christmas Eve, Christmas, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Like, I don't think that this Rams team came in focused. There's, like, Week 17, it doesn't meaningfully extend the fantasy season, and all it does is create more opportunities for teams to come in unmotivated the penultimate week of the season. Like, we know what Week 18 has in store, and that's why we don't play fantasy football in Week 18. Week 17 is turning into
becoming Week 18. Yeah, it really is. So I think Week 16 is the way to go. I might do that in my leagues. Unfortunately, to play my 35 leagues I play in, I can't do all home leagues. Home leagues require trades and a lot more work. So all my public leagues aren't going to change. So I got to get ready for that. Now, a lesson I learned, Story. Luckily, I kind of conquered most of them. I lost a couple matchups that were real close because I had Harold Fannin and Javonte Williams everywhere. And they both got a touchdown in the first quarter. And they both, on teams that had nothing to play for, get a little nicked up. Javonte Williams, I think, is a phantom injury for sure. Harold Fannin definitely hurt his groin again. But if they were contending, if this was a George Kittle situation, had he played, he probably would have stayed in the game. But there's nothing to play for with the Browns and the Cowboys, and they just leave the game, and they're just never to be heard from again. So I think we really have to pay attention to starting these guys that are. Javonte and Harold Fannin weren't really fringe players. They're both pretty much must starts with their matchups they had, but like, tread carefully with these guys, because if they're already a little nicked up, and it just doesn't take much to get them out of the game.
Well, and I mean, what was the Ram? I mean, I get that every team wants to win, but realistically, like, what was the Rams' true motivation here? They get a better draft pick if they lose, they don't have to. But I don't know that teams really consider like the 5th seed versus the 6th seed. Like, I don't know that they're thinking about that versus like, hey, like, we've been pretty healthy. I don't like, dude, Puka Nacua played what, 40% of the snaps tonight? I mean, I'll have to go. That might be an exaggeration, but
no, it was probably 60. I'll say this: they actually had a lot to play for because they broke it down on the broadcast. If the Rams won, they would have a good chance at the 5 seed, which would have been either the Panthers or Bucks, which is nice. If they lost, then they have to play the Bears or the Eagles?
Yeah,
which is way different.
How scary are either one of those teams right now? Yeah, the Eagles defense
much scarier than the Carolina, dude.
I don't know that teams think about that. Like, we are projecting how we feel about it and what we understand. I don't know that teams are actually like. I think we need to be careful assigning motivations to teams even this late in the season, because we have no idea what McVay's motivation is coming into this, or Stafford. Like, we don't know that whether or not he was trying to get him the MVP. We don't know what Atlanta's motivation was to win this game or not. we should just assume that every team is trying to win the game, right? And
you play to win the game. Herm Edwards, shout out. Late Greg, he die? Pouring out?
No, Herm Edwards is still around somewhere.
Denny Green died. Denny Green. I get those two confused because they have the two epic rants.
Well, and then there's Mike Gundy's rant, but that was college. Yeah, I don't know. Why was okay? There's got to be a reason why Puka Nacua played far fewer snaps than his usual percentage.
No, Puka's never, because they play fucking 13 personnel in every fucking play.
Why is he not the one in one wide receiver sets? Like why is
I don't no, it's because they take him off. No, here's I'll give you a little argument for why you think Sean McVay sucks, which I disagree with. But if you notice, every play, it's so predictable. Every play Puka comes off the field, they run the ball. It was I didn't see a single play Puka came off the field. I was watching it closely, Story. I lost the league because that Puka touchdown. I lost by 2 points. He needed to get less than 15 or like 14.8. And of course, he scores in that screenplay. Although I'll say this, he should have scored in that bomb. That was a bullshit call.
That was
the 40-yard touchdown.
Like
Puka's, how good is Puka? The one-handed catch there. I know he bobbled it, but like, who even makes that catch? Like, who is this guy? Real quick, flowers to Mike Storey. I want to give this guy some flowers because I always call you out when you're wrong. Story. I will do that. This man, I said this multiple times. This man was higher on Puka Nacua than anyone in the industry when he came out of college. And because of Story mentioning him on every single goddamn, it was annoying, Story. I was like, fuck you, dude. Shut the fuck up. Because of you, I drafted him, I think, in like 14 of my 24 leagues that year. And, everyone was picking him up week 1 when the Cooper Kupp news happened. He was like a waiver wire pickup. I drafted him because of you. And he wasn't on my radar. I didn't hear about him. He was a fucking like a fifth. He was a 5th round pick in NFL draft, but he was typically undrafted. And he was like wide receiver 67 that year. You know what I mean? He was off everyone's radar. And, all these guys that get paid a lot of money never brought him up. And you were bringing him up in April, May, June, July, August. So that's why you got to watch the show because you get takes like that from Michael.
Yeah, once incredible take. It was Alvin Kamara 10 years ago, and it was Puka Nacua last year.
So you gotta wait 9 years. It's like an ice age, like every couple thousand years.
Regarding the running back split, though, unfortunately, Blake Corum got injured. Now, I don't think he would have had a monster game because obviously they were trailing for most of that game. But it's very clear to me that Kyren Williams has edged out, that Blake Corum has edged out Kyren Williams for this job. Doesn't it look like
next year? You're talking next year. Next year for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like this was going to be the Corum show tonight, and then another one of those plays where it looked fine, like a routine tackle, and then the dude goes to the locker room. Like it feels like it happens.
Injuries, man. Yeah. No shit. Real quick, I gotta shout out my wife, who she's killed it in the 3 years she's played because I draft all our teams. This year, her last team, I had a draft scheduled the same time as her. I was like, just do it on your own. It was her 11th team. She has 11 leagues this year, and she drafted it on her own. She won. First year ever playing on her own. Now, I helped her with waivers and starting the lineup. So either way, she drafted that team. And she drafted JSN. She drafted the guys that we were drafting. She knew how Fantrax was working. We already done 10 of them. Regardless, shout out to her. That's impressive. Like 1 for 1 in her career. And now, like with the teams I've drafted for her, she's won like 40% of her championships. She has like 7 championships in like 18 leagues and 5 second places. She's like, she gets in the championship game more than she doesn't. It's unreal. I like playing these $100 leagues with her, dude, because like $150 leagues, I win every time because I'm playing against like, I wouldn't say little kids, but Michael Jackson would love that. Anyways, Story, let's get to our 2 big things here. This can be big picture things, tonight's game, whatever the hell you want. Could be about your meal you had today, whatever it is.
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm exhausted.
I'll do a big thing for both of us. And this is a real big thing. Bijan Robinson. I've been saying for a while. Remember how we had the argument that I said you said he was closer to Matt Forte than Bo Jackson? No. Dude's better than Bo Jackson, bro. You see this shit? I'm trying to think. You remember the like the graphs of players where it's like you build a quarterback with like the arm, the legs, the mind, all those things with different players. Bijan Robinson is just that guy. He is built. He's Adrian Peterson's acceleration. He's Barry Sanders' fucking elusiveness. He's got the power of like Derrick Henry. Dude, it's the guy's got it all, man. And like watching him play football. Now, why they took him off the field on that last drive?
That was weird.
Raheem Morris. That's Raheem Morris for you. Tyler Allgeier's a fine back, but like, dude, Bijan Robinson is by far the best player in football. He is Myles Garrett level at running back, and he's so far ahead of everyone else. And I've had arguments. People are saying Christian McCaffrey is a better player. Like Christian McCaffrey puts up better numbers because he gets 30 touches a game, et cetera, et cetera. Bijan Robinson is I've never seen a player that just like, dude, he has the patience of Le'Veon Bell. You know those little jump cuts he does? The difference was Le'Veon Bell just wasn't like fast. Bijan's fast. So he can hit the home run. Gets the 4 yards when you need it. Amazing receiver out of the backfield. Dude, he is so fucking good. And I'm gonna hit you with the intro because I have a little thing I planned that's just you're gonna like this a lot. And I hope you've watched the video that I'm gonna reference.
That was funny.
On their magical vagina. Okay. So I don't know if it's from Curb Your Enthusiasm when the guy that kills himself because the Jets because the Jets lost again or whatever, and his wife had the magical vagina. Now I'm referencing Pamela Anderson and the Tommy Lee sex tape, which I've asked you to watch repeatedly. Story, you've not watched it, have you?
Not yet.
So he will watch it. Okay. So Pamela Anderson should not have a magical vagina. She was beautiful. She had giant can. They were fake, but everything about her. She was just like perfect, right? In the 90s. She was like that icon, right? And then you see the sex tape and it's like her pussy. Oh my God. It was magical.
I can't stop thinking about that magical vagina. The use the word magical, that's taking that shit to another level. I want to see what the fuck that is. Yeah, me too. That fucking vagina could pull a rabbit out of that motherfucker. Or like put this fucking Pop-Tart in that fucking vagina and toast that shit. Ah, there you go. That is fucking useful.
That's a magical vagina. That's exactly right.
That's hilarious.
And how he's never got hurt. Bijan's never got hurt. Like, so all the things we're talking about Emmitt Smith, like Troy Aikman in the broadcast talking about Emmitt Smith, how he's never been hurt. And that was like your best ability is availability, right? Bijan's never been hurt in high school, college, pros. That's unbelievable. And he's got just everything ever. Like he should be the number 1 pick every year in fantasy drafts. Like 136 yards a game. Now it's up to 145 for a game this year, total yards. It's unreal.
I mean, so he is their offense. Like, how would he be? Because look at what CMC is doing on a team that has incredible weapons in Kittle, Jennings. I don't really.
And a good play caller.
But Brock Purdy and a competent play caller. Like, if they didn't have to rely on Bijan so much, I don't know that his stats would be as gaudy as they were this year.
But his touch numbers are nowhere near as McCaffrey's this year. You know what I mean?
I'm not arguing that. I'm like on a efficiency per touch basis. I'm just saying like this is a bit of a compiling season because what else have they done? Drake London has been really banged up this year. Pitts has been extremely cold and then hot and then cold. Mooney's nothing. Sills is fine, but he's not a real wide receiver there. I don't know that like the gaudy stats that we've seen from him all over these last 4 or 5 weeks would actually be there. But on the flip side, I think
don't besmirch Bijan. Could you imagine though Bijan this year's version of Bijan on this year's 49ers team? Same usage, same play calls. It would be what 30% more production than CMC.
I mean, it'd be good, and I'm not besmirching Bijan. I think he's incredible.
Yes,
I'm just saying, like, if we can like look at where these teams have had to get production from. This is a requirement from Arizona, whereas CMC is a luxury. Brock Purdy's has played very well this year, and their defense sucks.
Yes, Bijan just oozes motherfucking talent, man.
It's years away, don't care. Jesus Christ, you ooze talent.
What's that from?
Workaholics.
Oh.
Are you with me tonight? What are you doing, Story? You did heroin tonight? I'm the drunk one.
I'm
just on it. I'm on it, bro. I'm on it, man. I thought it was gonna be a bad year. I had some rough luck there in the semifinals, but I came back. And I'm pretty chipper, man. It was a grind, man. We've been on the show we had 26 shows or so before the year started. So real quick, we'll get to everyone's comment here in a minute. I'm gonna go through our PPs and kind of do a little ranking thing, and then on Thursday's story, I want to go through our hot takes and kind of just do a award show for this year and just some of the big busts, some of the big hits, and just kind of go through the thought process that we had, that the community had, the fantasy community had some of these guys, right? And some lessons learned and how we can be better next year, how we can all be better, and what we can learn. So go through our PPs here. Here we go, Story. I don't know if you remember these names. Here are the PPs, dude. So we had 5 combined PPs. So the top 5 guys were our combined PPs, our show's PPs. Pillar players, we want to show you guys our PPs. Our top 5 were epic, dude. Chris Olave, George Pickens, Drake London, Calvin Ridley, Justin Fields. Okay, Fields, bust, but again, 10th, 12th round pick. Ridley got hurt. That was a bad one. Drake London, I'm going to call a wash or maybe a loss. What do you think?
He
had like 3 30-point weeks.
That was injury though. You can't really
but
you can't
injuries still you could ding a little bit. It was a wash or a loss, but it wasn't like a big loss because he had like 3 really badass weeks.
Yeah, I mean, he helped you a lot, I think. Well, but the problem is like
tonight, tonight 1 catch. But Chris Olave and George Pickens, dude. So those are our top 2. I had those guys in 9 leagues and 10 leagues respectively, Olave and Pickens. And man, that was Chris Olave especially because he the opposite. He turned it on towards the end. Pickens kind of faded a bit. But like they were both top 6 receivers, both being in the 7th round. Story.
Yeah. I mean, the big question is like where does Olave go next year?
Me and Ray were just talking about that, my dude, and I think we were saying 3rd round, and I was saying I'm off him in the 3rd round. Ray was yelling at me.
Chuck seems to be the guy there. They really like him. They don't have a whole lot of competition. Now they will address the wide receiver room in the offseason, whether that's through the draft or free agency or whatever it is. They don't have a ton of money to spend though, if I remember correctly. I don't like if he stays healthy, can he return 3rd round value? Like he's been very, very good this year.
He did this year, right? But I guess my thing was I was assuming that Justin Jefferson, if they don't bring anyone else in to play quarterback there in Minnesota, he'd be around the 3rd round pick. So would you take Justin Jefferson with JJ McCarthy next year or Chris Olave?
This might be recency bias, but I'm going to take Chris Olave. Like if it's Justin Jefferson again or JJ McCarthy again, I mean, we've been waiting for breakouts from Justin Jefferson all year long, and we haven't gotten it. What makes me think that's going to change magically in one offseason?
He's one of the best wide receivers I've ever seen play football. So they'll figure it out. You know what I mean? They'll figure it out.
We kept saying that week in and week out, and
well, yeah, this year was a lost year, and we were wrong on those takes. I'm saying like Justin Jefferson is so good. He's gonna get the targets, and like I love Chris Olave. He's solid. The concussion thing's not going away. And yes, he got scot-free this year from the concussions. And I like Chris Olave. Obviously, he was my number 1 PP this year. Not my number 1. He was my number 3, I think, on my list. PP. I had him in 9 leagues, bro. Like that was my guy. But it was because he was going in the 7th round. 3rd round, give me Justin Jefferson with Kevin O'Connell. That's all I'm saying. Let's get back to the list here, and I'll go through mine. My 6 through 10 here. These are my 5 that I had, and I want to see who hit more. So I had Javonte Williams, who not a great fantasy playoffs, but like he was also he was a 9th or 10th round pick. That's a league winner right there, if you ask me. He got me to every league I drafted him, and I made the playoffs and a bye. Kyron Williams, okay, I think that's a little bit of a win. Tucker Kraft, I will still say is a win because it wasn't like he faded like Tyler Warren. When you had him, he was the number 1 tight end, and he had monstrous weeks. Cam Scatterbo same kind of thing. Was a 13th, 12th round pick, 13th round pick, 11th round pick, pretty late. 3 touchdown game, another 2 touchdown game. Like when you had him, dominated. Travis Hunter, I don't want to think about that one. That was a bust without the injury, honestly. So those are all good names. You know, obviously Calvin Ridley bad, Justin Fields bad. Travis Hunter, best in the IDP league. Scatterbo, Kraft got hurt, but those guys were smashes. And Javonte Williams is my golden goose right there with 11 leagues. I had Javonte in, and I made the playoffs in every single. I think I had 12 buys in my 16 Javonte teams because I went 0 RB, and he was my RB2 essentially. And
he got dinged up at the end of the year.
Yeah, but like he got, the first 8 weeks, you weren't losing if you had Javonte as your RB2. If you drafted him as your RB4, it was like nothing. It was depth piece. But like when I drafted Javonte, I went like Derrick Henry, and then I went like Javonte. I didn't take a running back until like the 9th round. Let's get to your list here, Story. Jonathan Taylor. Faded at the end, but smash spot there. Emeka Igbigbu, Tyler Warren, Marion Hampton, Braylon Allen. So early on, it looked like these are all smash picks, honestly. JT, definitely a W for you. That was awesome. Buka, still return value, but like you just had to realize you had to bench the motherfucker. Tyler Warren.
You had to jump ship. Same with Tyler Warren.
What are your Tyler Warren's thoughts?
I'm not sure why they changed usage on him. He still played the same number of snaps, but and the targets were there, but the way that they were utilizing him was short stuff. They stopped using him downfield. Now, obviously, some of that had to do with Phillip Rivers. Not a great end of the season. I think that given like even with Cole Kmet still there, I think I'd rather have Colston Loveland than Tyler Warren next year.
Yeah, I would agree. A Marion Hampton injury, good 2 weeks before the injury, and then pretty good down the stretch.
If he hadn't gotten injured, he would have absolutely smashed this year.
And then Braylon Allen, we'll call that a whiff. So what are your grades for our PPs? So obviously, they're both going to be above a C because we had George Pickens and Chris Olave, which were smash picks where they went, right?
Right.
Would you go? I'll give you my grades. I'm going to give myself a B or B plus on mine. Just because Javonte Williams, Kyron, and then I think Scatterbo was still really valuable because you got 4 weeks out of a guy you draft in the 12th round, and obviously Olave and Pickens. I'm going to give you a B minus.
I would give myself a C.
Right?
Yeah, it's a C.
C?
Yeah.
Even with Olave and Pickens.
I mean, Pickens and Olave, great. But like Braylon Allen was a huge miss. Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, it was a no. It wasn't a big opportunity cost for you, though.
I mean, you look at the misses, Allen, Fields, Ridley. Right, you look at the hits, the actual hits. Taylor, Pickens, like those are the only two that you could say those are real hits. Oh, and Olave, yeah, Olave. Okay, so 3 and 3, and then London. Jury's out on that one because he might have helped you, but the dude was banged up all year long, and just laid an absolute dud tonight. Buka and Warren, like the first half of the season looked great. I have no idea how to even start evaluating that Bucs wide receiver room for next year. That's just something that is an absolute mystery to me. I wonder if he's still hurt.
Yeah, I mean, no, Kirk Cousins is just awful, dude. He can't throw the ball to wide receivers at all. Tungus had a night, man. Your boy Tungus. Can I say this? I had a league, so I needed 5. I didn't even check. I didn't even go through it because I DJ Moore in my flex. I needed 5.4 points last night. Everything was wrapped up to win a $250 league, another league. And I just kept DJ Moore in instead of Tungus because I needed 5.4. And the game is 42-38 and Luther Burden and fuck everyone's going off. I mean, fireworks. And DJ Moore 1.7, and like it just hurt more that I had the Tungus option. And would you have changed that Story or no?
No, I would have stuck with DJ Moore. Like Tungus is
he played every snap. I mean,
yeah. No, it just happened that things didn't go his way last night. Like there were a lot of. I'm not saying that DJ Moore was like a smash spot, but there was a lot like with no Zacchaeus, with no Roman Dunze, you would have thought like, and the score that it was, you would have thought that DJ Moore would have absolutely crushed. Also, he was wide open.
And Luther Burden playing hurt, you know what I mean? Yeah, on the far right he was, but Luther Burden playing banged up. I was like, you would always start DJ Moore over Luther Burden in that situation, but that just was not the case at all. And also on top of that, I had Brock Purdy in a couple. I was against Brock Purdy in 3 leagues. Just watching that game, I was like, okay. I lost a couple because Brock Purdy went nuclear. I was like, this is good because DJ Moore is going to get 5.4 fucking points, Story. No, 1 point. That's the crazy thing is like you think, like, okay, start this guy because it's going to be a shootout. And like, or don't start this guy because it's going to be a dud of a game. Like those two things don't always correlate. Yeah, they should, you know what I'm saying? But they don't always correlate. And that's fantasy football, bro. That really is. So.
I mean, and literally anybody can have a down week, including Josh Allen, who had 2 down weeks. Who, if he didn't kill you in the semifinals, he kills you this. I mean, I guess he got in the end zone. So.
No, he had 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah,
2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, okay, he was fine, but he definitely killed you.
What he does. Yes, he had 7 fantasy points, I believe. Dakota, good point. So you were mentioning what do the Rams have to play for? It was a double kick in the dick for them because the Rams have the Falcons first rounder. We talk about this all year. So like losing to the Falcons hurts, they get a worse draft pick next year and they're not going to get the fucking 5 seeds. So,
and there's no way Stafford gets the MVP now.
Oh no, that was probably I said it was gone yesterday unless he had like a pretty epic performance. Just because Drake May, I don't know. We were talking about this. That it sucks for both these guys because they should. I was saying co-MVPs story if Stafford played well down the stretch because we've seen it before and like they both are very deserving, right? And it sucks for both these guys that they're not. If they were against, if it was like one of these guys had this year and they were against Lamar or Josh Allen, they would win because voter fatigue's a thing. But it's not the case this year, and they're against each other. And Matt Stafford has the Career Achievement Award kind of thing. Where like we want Matt Stafford to get MVP, and Drake May has the Patriots won what 2 games last year, 3 games, 4 games,
I think.
Okay, it was an awful year. I'm saying now look at them; they're going to get the fucking 1 seed possibly in the AFC. So it's got to go to Drake May now. I mean, it has to be.
Well,
right?
I mean,
he doesn't like shit the bed.
He's minus 400 now. Like Stafford was minus 250 coming into this week. I mean, obviously Drake May did what he needed to do. I think it would have been close to even if Stafford had just not had a complete meltdown tonight, throwing 2 picks, including a pick 6. Just a rough go for the Rams all around.
Fired a bean, lost my league championship by 0.4 because of Kyron, 80 yards in the 4th. Did he have that many? And Puka's late touchdown, minus $50. Couple comments in this one. So what are you playing a $10 buy-in? Like, we lost $50. Like, if you should have lost a lot more than that.
Maybe you forgot maybe 500.
Maybe it was 500. Good call. I am not as mad. I told you I lost because the Puka touchdown as well. But like the point is, he needed to get only 14.8 to beat me or whatever it was. Like, I already assumed that was a loss. Like the fact that Puka didn't get 15 until the touchdown, like it should have happened way before that story. And like you can't feel bad about the Puka thing. This was his worst game. They just mentioned he was averaging 190 yards the last 3 weeks. Have you ever heard him? It's like Josh Gordon shit. But it actually mattered because it wasn't the.
Remember that 3-game stretch of Justin Blackman? That's what that was.
That was the same thing. Yeah.
I don't know. Was he hurt tonight? I still don't understand his usage tonight. Like, I would have to go and check the snapshot, but I swear, like, he ran 1 go route and then he was off the field for like 3 plays. It was bizarre, the actual usage.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I was loving it against him. Dakota says, with all due respect, I would dominate Mike in fantasy. Well, hey, Dakota, you're going to have that chance, my dude, if you get your ass in the Patreon, get in the Discord, and we're going to have 6 or 7 or 8 professional Fanatics fantasy leagues next year. You can play against Mike Storey. I'll set you up with him in his league, and we'll put it to the test. So, yeah, Mike didn't have a good fantasy year this year, but the dude is a G. I mean, again, I'm not going to talk him up because he's on my show, and you're my co-host. I do love your story. But I also call you out when you're wrong, and you're one of my most respected fantasy minds.
Bizarre usage. If you go back and look at Stafford's,
like, he's still on the Puka thing,
or Puka's, like it goes from 92% to 51%, 50, 48, 52, 60, 82, 73, 44, 58, 78. Like, why? I don't understand. Like, I genuinely do not understand why this guy, who's one of the most dominant wide receivers, like one of the best contested catch wide receivers in the game, why is he off the field as much as he is? I don't understand it. And I wish that anybody in the media had the guts to call McVay out on it, because nobody does. Everybody in the media.
You fucking hate McVay. What's your comment about Dakota calling you out in fantasy? He thinks he could beat you in fantasy.
Cool. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say to that?
Well, no, I told him, join the Patreon, and you get in our fantasy leagues next year, and we'll see. Is all I gotta say. Yeah. We'll see, right?
Yeah, we'll see. Go.
Now, I can say I can beat Storey in fantasy because you know it. Now, the thing is, fantasy is 33% luck, 33% skill, and 33% draft. That's what it is. So there's still 33% luck, maybe more than 33% luck.
I mean, I would argue that, like, once you start getting into 1-game sample sizes of semifinals,
very luck. Yes.
Like incredible high variance, incredible amount of luck in order to win a championship. There's a greater percentage of skill needed to advance or to get to the playoffs, but when it comes to the actual playoff time, like, how do you control like Stafford having a meltdown? How do you control what you saw from
Harold
Saquon
Fannin getting hurt, Javonte Williams leaving early? That's why I play 30 league Story, because I can't lose, because there's so much. I'll make the playoffs in so many leagues. Like I can't lose because I have so many different players.
Smart. Like you're looking at it as an investment, and if you had if you had $2,000 to invest, let's say $20,000 to invest, you wouldn't invest all of it in Google stock. You would diversify. You'd build a balanced portfolio. And realistically, in order to smooth out the variance week to week and year to year, you need to have a high enough sample size in order to achieve success on a regular basis. Otherwise, it's like anybody can go 11-2 or 11-3 and then lose in the first round of the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like that happens all the time.
If I had $6,000, which I throw in every year, $6,000 in fantasy, I would never want to play 6 $1,000 leagues. I'd rather play. Now the management is more. I'd rather play 25 $250 leagues. Now it's a lot more work, but like the odds are is like I'm not going to lose my ass. I'm not going to lose. Period.
Or $1,006 leagues.
That's too much work. No, I have once thought of doing like $40 $100 leagues, in a couple 250s, but like that's just the $100 leagues I dominate in, right? Because it's less competition.
Or 20 really fat chicks for $1,000 a piece. Fat chicks need loving too, but they got to pay.
Now my number sexually is very.
That's from Family Guy. Have you seen that? When Peter's talking about like how he needs to make Quagmire's like, or 20 really fat chicks for $1,000 a piece. What? Fat chicks need loving too.
My number is quite inflated because I've fucked a lot of fatties. Story. I've also fucked a lot of really hot girls, like probably more fatties than really hot girls, but like it's close. I just don't discriminate. It is what it is. Like they're a lot easier.
Hot girls or Chicago hot girls, because there's a difference.
Oh no, well I mean like, yeah,
like Elgin 8s, Chicago 6s.
No, there's been a handful of like bombers, including my wife, by the way, which is when I married because she is a bomber. And then there's been a lot more chubbers. It's fine. I don't mind. They're fun, dude. Bandit says you, Story, and Kappa all made 5 preseason player prop predictions. How are they going to shake out? There's a video on your channel. Yeah, mine didn't. I went 2 and 3, I think, because I had Tucker Kraft over 625 receiving yards, which is an easy bet, but he got injured. He had 560 in like 7 games. And then I had Drake London, who would have hit his, but he got hurt. He missed it by 100 yards. And then I think I had Justin Fields, whatever the hell Justin. It was all really low, but he got benched. I had Pickens and Olave are my other 2 that I hit.
I mean,
we got to go back and check those out.
Wait. There's still another game left. Like it's possible that London gets 100 yards next week.
No, he's it's like 140 short. He not, dude. I just watched the game tonight. Drake London's not getting 140 yards, bro. With Kirk Cousins.
So I saw this question earlier, so I decided to go back and actually look it up. So mine, Tua under 3,450 passing yards. Check. That's a win. This one was looking bad early, but Cam Ward over 3,200 passing yards. He needs 83 passing yards on Sunday to eclipse that.
Sweet. Hey.
Yeah. Ashton Genty over 1,050 rushing yards. Not going to happen. He would have to have a career day. He could. I mean, it's like he'd need 163 rushing yards to do it. It's not going to happen.
That's insane. He played every game.
I know, right? That's rough. Barkley under 1,425. That was a smash. He's at 1,140 right now. And then Brock Bowers. This one sucks because of the injuries, but 680 yards and only how many games did he play this year?
So you went 3 and 2.
Yeah.
I went 2 and 3. I think Kappa did well because I remember one of Kappa's bets was Javonte Williams over 600 rushing yards. That one was a smash. So we went around 500, and the problem is we took overs on all of them for the most part. We had a couple unders sprinkled in there, and the injuries got us. So
well, I mean, I took Barkley
I was 8-2 the last 2
unders.
Oh yeah, okay. So you're smart. Player prop season long, take the unders because injuries give you an automatic win.
Yeah,
that's
the
moral of the story.
What Kappa must have had something with George Pickens, yeah, like. He must have.
No, I don't think he had I had Pickens over 5.5 touchdowns. That hit week 6,
that's right.
Bro.
So he must have had something with DK Metcalf then, because he loved Metcalf.
Yeah, well, that didn't hit. I was 8-2 the previous 2 years though, so it was a 2 and 3 setback. But they were all injured. Honestly, Fields would have hit. They all would have hit if it wasn't for injuries. But again, that's part of the game.
Fields.
Right?
No, I mean, like Fields getting
You're gonna hit. Yeah, it was bouncing, yeah. But, that was part of the thing. Dude, it was over 600 rushing yards. He was definitely going to hit that. Get the fuck out of here.
No way, dude. Because he was playing so poorly on the offense, like on the throwing side of things.
No, he
like,
got benched. I get that. He was still averaging 45 yards rushing a game.
He would have been gone. Like there was no gone. I don't give that one an injury pass on that one because there was no way that he was the starter all year long.
No, it wasn't an injury pass. He got benched. I'm not saying it was an injury pass. He got benched. Same thing. Jay Moore, will Bijan be next year's 101? We think so. Yeah, Storey. Bijan 101 next year.
I mean,
Algiers gone, right?
I would be willing to bet that some people take Jamar Chase 101 again. They'll give him a pass for this year because of the Burrow situation. I would bet that some people take CMC number one. I think it will be more nebulous next year than it was pretty clear cut this year. It was Jamar Chase. I would have been willing to bet that people would have taken Puka, but this performance alone is going to turn a lot of people off on Puka Nacua.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be. The point is, the top 6 picks are going to be stacked next year. Like at least on the outside, looks.
You gotta like it was extremely like top heavy this year, especially on wide receiver. Like wide receiver is like here's 11, 12 guys that are consistent week in and week out, and then everybody else you like next year, week 17, I'm just going to stream like everything next year. Dude, I'm on Ross St. Brown. By the way,
can I ask you this? And I was right about Kyle Williams and I was wrong about Kyle Williams because Drake May threw 5 touchdown passes to 5 different receivers. Yeah. Kyle Williams ran the most routes on the team.
Okay.
Fuck my ass, bro.
But that was entirely my point. Like the team could succeed without him. He had done nothing to get on the
5 touchdown passes. Dude, it was totally right. He ran a route on 80% of the dropbacks, dude.
That was not a correct pick. Like, I don't care. Like, usage of wide receiver doesn't mean anything. We talked about this. Targets are earned. Targets are an earned
dude,
stat.
Chisholm caught a touchdown. He barely ran any routes. Get the fuck out of here, Storey.
That's what I'm saying.
Admit it. The process was right, Storey.
If anything, you're strengthening my case, which was that Kyle Williams is never a good play. Never a good play.
Okay. All right. Adam says Gibbs was better overall through the year than Bijan. That's absolutely incorrect.
I don't know about that.
Gibbs had better spike weeks, but I love Jahmyr Gibbs. Bijan Robinson's a superior player. He was so consistent. Gibbs had what, three touchdown games? Is that right, Storey? At least 2.
Something like that. Well, I mean, Gibbs was pretty consistent, and then he hits this every other week where he goes 7 points, 35, 4 points, 36, 17, 49, 10, 33, 7, 17, 5. That'll kill you, man. Like 5 points in the final from a guy that's your running back one. Like that'll absolutely crush you. Now, I'm not like Saquon Barkley was not much better. He had fewer spike weeks, but that Eagles offense is.
By the way, Saquon Barkley 2 catches now in his last 5 weeks.
Unbelievable. He didn't get a single target. So there's now a list on my.
Not even a target.
There's a list on we got one of those whiteboards. I wrote on because my wife, for whatever reason, became an Eagles fan last year. So I wrote on the board, I'm like, we are not cheering for the Eagles anymore. These words are banned in my household. Tush push, brotherly shove, Pachulo, Sirianni, Barkley, Eagles, fly, all that stuff is done. I'm done with that team. It's a disaster. I hope he goes 1 and out. Like I can't, I absolutely hate that team.
Yeah. Mouse South. Shout out to Mouse. Sup, boys? Won my consolation bracket. Beast got 3rd. Now I focus on playoff league. It's time. By the way, Olave finishes wide receiver 6. Nico wide receiver 8. Olave round 1 next year. I'm guessing he's saying next year. I think Olave finished wide receiver 6 this year. I think he's maybe talking next year wide receiver 8 for Nico. He's saying Olave round 1 next year.
Dude,
Nico, we can't get on board with that.
No, I can't do that. But Nico's another interesting case study where he went as that offense went. I mean, he was not the recipient of either of the bomb touchdowns yesterday, and he absolutely dudded out 7 or 8 points and 7 points. Prior to that, 22, 14, 19.
You would take Nico well ahead of Olave next year, right?
Yes, I still would. I'm not.
Same with Drake London. Same with Jefferson.
Yeah, I think Nico's a 3rd round pick. Like, why would you take him any higher than that?
No, you mean Olave?
No, I think Nico's a third-round pick. Why would I take Nico?
Oh, I would take him at the 2-3 turn, second round.
Okay, and the second round, I could see that, but like, yeah, it's going to be interesting to look back on this year and see like
Thursday we're gonna get into all this stuff. I'm gonna prep a bunch of stuff for our story, and we're gonna go through the draft boards. By the way, shout out Mouse South Downtown Sports, link in the description. Every Tuesday, Iron Eagle coming on the show. I think in a month or so, he's at Iron Eagle. He's having him on again. Those of you that like real football talk, this is more fantasy driven. His is more real life football talk. Dude's almost picked, I think, 7 division winners. I think because they said on one of the broadcasts that there's only going to be one repeat division winner as of now. It's the Eagles, and apparently Mouth South knows his shit. He does know his shit. So appreciate you, Mouth. By the way, those of you that are interested in the playoff league, we have 1 spot left. 1 spot left in the playoff league. We have 9 people. It doesn't have to be 10. It can be an odd number, but I'd like to get 10 teams. Me and Storey are splitting a team. Shout out to the Patreon members. You get more than just, also you're supporting your boys, but you get more than that. You get access to the Discord, community fantasy leagues, which we're going to do starting off with the playoff fantasy league, but also 6, 7, or 8, how many people we will have in there next year in terms of redraft leagues, guest appearances on the pod, be sitting in Mike Story's shoes, or right in between me and Mike Story. Free merchandise. You want this hat? Give away 1 every month. Also, access to my bets. We had a rough week this week, Story. Still 84-50. You know, it was a rough week, 2-5. It was my third. It's my third losing week of the year. Third losing week of the year in 17 weeks. It was a bad week. It was a couple rough losses, couple bad picks for sure. Yeah, Bucky Irving, go fuck yourself. Jesus fuck. Unreal. Anyway, so 84-50. This is 4 straight years. So we're making money, baby. We're making fucking money. Downtown Sports. Link in the description. Patreon, professionalfanatics.com, all in the description. Check it out. Support your boys, man. We're still not. This is our last show for the 2025 fantasy season, but we're going to be doing 4 shows a week. A couple football shows, a couple random shows, a lot of movie stuff. We get it done, Story. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, right?
Hell yeah. There's a lot of. I mean, what are we going to do? Disappear for 7 months?
No, I'm excited for a couple nights off a week though, because I've been grinding.
Spend some time with your lovely wife.
Else. Yeah, and I this is the best time of year though. We can just shoot the shit, right? And we love doing that. So this is rough from Kenneth. I did 2 leagues, won both last year, came in second in both this year because Bijan. I am so sad. My opponent needed Bijan and CMC to get 65 points, and they did.
They got there. It's all right. I played
Bijan or Prime Priest Holmes.
Ooh, I probably
Bijan.
I'd have to go back and look. Probably Priest Holmes though.
He had 3. I don't know. He was fine. He scored a lot of touchdowns. I'll say this. Priest Holmes scored a lot of touchdowns, but
those are the days. For whatever reason, they hate Bijan Robinson scoring touchdowns.
Kenneth the dude that works at Walt Disney World. How did Walt Disney World go? You were there.
Yeah, I was there for like, I don't know, 10 days? Not 10 days, like 8 days. It was awesome. It was a great time. We had weather was outstanding. It was a little cool when we got there. Then it warmed up. We had an outstanding time. Got to ride some rides that are not going to exist in the near future, like the dinosaur ride. They're closing it up on February 2nd. So, we had an absolute blast. It was fun. It was a great time.
Dakota's yelling at me for glazing Bijan. It's not about this game, bro. If you don't know anything about this channel, Dakota, I don't overreact like other channels. I don't do shit for clickbait. Bijan Robinson's the best running back in football. I said this before the year. I said this during the year. I said it now.
Priest Holmes scored 27 touchdowns in 2003.
Yeah. Dude, but the eye test of Bijan Robinson, like, I'm not saying he's the best of all time, bro, but he is a Hall of Fame player. Like, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer if he stays healthy. Like, what are we talking about, dude?
Well, it's early. It's his second year. Let's
third year.
Is it third year already?
Yeah, the first year they didn't use him, remember, because Arthur Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Hall of Fame talent. He's a Hall of Fame talent, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Hall of Fame talent.
He's elite, dude. He's fucking elite. And I don't know what did Dakota. I'm sorry. Did Bijan fuck your wife or something? Because he probably has a giant hog, and if he did, he's probably clean. Because he wouldn't fuck your wife because Bijan's like a Bible thumper, dude. He's all
going
about
back
that.
and looking at the 2006 season, which is where LT scored 28 touchdowns? Because my buddy who's been playing fantasy forever was telling me about, like, if you had LT, you needed to have LT to, like, move on. And then he's scoring, like, between 1 and 4 touchdowns per game, usually 2 or more. And then in week 15, he puts up 0. And then week 16, he goes 16 for 66 and no touchdown.
Who are you talking about?
LT.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
God, LT was a god, too.
Well, he was. And then, like, again, 1 game sample size, like, you 16 for 66.
I think Bijan's on the trajectory of LT, is all I'm saying. He's such a versatile player, and LT was such a versatile player.
I don't think
that's
so.
the difference, right?
I'm not debating the talent, but, like, the fact that the game has changed, like, you can't count on the amount of touchdowns that these guys get anymore. And that's
no, I'm just saying talent-wise. Like, for me, like, Emmitt Smith, I don't want to get in this existential conversation, but Emmitt Smith's not that great. Emmitt Smith's not the best running back of all time. I can promise you that. His numbers say he is, but he's not. Do you agree?
The best running back of all time was Walter Payton.
And Barry Sanders is better than Emmitt Smith.
Okay, great.
Adrian Peterson's probably better than Emmitt Smith.
We had a long debate a few weeks ago about Jordan versus LeBron versus Kobe. And that was a long conversation. And by the end, literally none of the 6 of us had changed our minds about who we thought was best.
LeBron is better than Kobe.
Jeez, Peter, you're more excited than Adrian Peterson at an arboretum.
Daddy, what kind of tree is that?
Man, I want to beat you with so many things around here.
AP, legendary child beater as well. Appreciate you. Dakota said he's no Jerry Rice. Well, Dakota, Jerry Rice is the best football player of all time. That's not even a debate, right? He's Wayne Gretzky of
best
NFL.
Football player of all time?
I'm pretty sure because his numbers are so far and away better than anyone else's.
Well, see, now you're bringing statistics back into it. Like, if we're talking best football player, how do you argue Calvin Johnson? He didn't play for
Calvin Johnson better than Jerry Rice,
nearly as long as Jerry Rice, but he would have crushed his
different eras though, dude. Jerry Rice is way better than Calvin Johnson. Jesus fuck.
No way.
Terrell Owens had the same numbers as fucking Calvin Johnson.
Let's look that up.
Antonio Brown, same thing. Yeah, look it up.
Well,
Jefferson, Lamb, St. Brown, J-Mo, Ladd, Jacobs, Nico, Gibbs, all total of 45.6 points, combined at Henry's 45.6. Jefferson, Lamb, St. Brown, J-Mo, Ladd McConkey, what a fucking bum. I brought this up to Ray last night. Would you take Ladd McConkey? Let's say nothing changes in besides their offensive line getting healthier. Let's say they bring back Quentin Johnson. Now they have Trey Harris in the mix. They have okay, I guess Keenan Allen's probably gonna retire, but Gadsden's a thing. So would you draft Ladd McConkey in the 6th round next year in PPR?
Yeah, I mean six rounds. Where was this is very similar to like Brian Thomas from last year. Like Ladd McConkey was like the only dude in town for a while there last year because Quentin Johnson
last year he was the only guy in town because Quentin Johnson couldn't catch.
Right, and they didn't have a running back that could catch out of the backfield for squat. Although, again, they don't seem to really like doing that there.
I like Ladd. The problem is Ladd can't block, and like Harbaugh likes receivers to block, and Ladd's a pipsqueak. So
well,
you don't get touchdowns out of him. You don't get all the snaps out of him.
Yeah, I mean, I think his usage was very similar to last year. It's just the touchdowns weren't there. Yeah, this feels like another Brian Thomas situation. And don't forget Trey Harris is there as well. So even if Keenan Allen retires, like Trey Harris should step up into that role, at least absorb some of that usage.
I think I'm going to be drafting a lot of Brian Thomas next year because I could see him going in the 4th or 5th round, which, I didn't have a single share this year of him in 35 leagues because why the fuck would I take that guy? I didn't like him. But now, Jacoby Myers, nice little player. Travis Hunter, Parker Washington. Okay, dude, Brian Thomas, 1st round talent, 1st round draft pick, and we're talking 5th round pick possibly next year. Are you about that?
I don't know, man. Like Jacoby Myers is there for the long term. They seem to really like Parker Washington. Travis Hunter doesn't really move the needle. I think a lot of it depends on what they do with Travis Etienne because the dude is such a weapon out of the backfield. I need to see what they do in the draft. If he's a 4th round pick, I'm probably staying away next year. That's
what he would be? No, I'm saying 5th round. You know what he would be? He'd be like a souped up, more consistent Jameson Williams, right? Because like Jameson Williams he drops those 0 burgers. like as much as I don't like Brian Thomas the player, he's a better receiver than Jameson Williams.
Yeah,
so like that's what he would be, and I like Trevor Lawrence. So that's the comparison. That's where like JMO went this year, right? Like end of 5th, early 6th, and like it was tied to the Jared Goff. He was the number 2 there. Where it's like I still think Brian Thomas is the one there. I think it's a crowded room, but I think he'd still be the number 1 there.
Okay,
in the talent. Taj, am I crazy for thinking George Pickens and CD are both top 15 wide receivers next season in fantasy as long as Pickens remains in Dallas? Well, CD is definitely top 15. CD is probably going to be at that turn, the 1-2 turn Story. You agree with that one?
Yeah, he'll be there for sure. I mean, he was a top 4 or 5 pick this year. So he'll be there.
George Pickens? He'll be I think George Pickens might be a late 2nd round pick, bro. Now, I will not be drafting George Pickens there.
I think that's too early.
But he will be taken there because he finishes a top 6 receiver. Story.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't like the defense cannot possibly be as bad as it was this year. Like it absolutely can't. And it's driven a lot of their fantasy production. Plus, Dak has thrown 30 touchdowns this year. That's a lot. Like if he comes back down to his like average of around 25, that's 5 fewer touchdowns. Yeah, that feels too rich for me for George Pickens. I wish we had some data about like, average draft position already. I was trying to look for it.
I'm ready. We're gonna get all that. We're gonna talk to some dynasty stuff because we are doing the Professional Fanatics Dynasty League, gentlemen. So you got to be a professional fanatic in the Patreon to get on that. We're gonna have this 8 to 10 teams. We'll make sure you guys are serious about this story. It's gonna be awesome. A startup going in early May, I think. Right after the NFL draft finishes, it's gonna be awesome.
Usually startups are early May.
Can't wait to dominate Story and Dynasty.
Dude, I know literally everything about every college player that ever exists.
I know. You'll probably dominate me, but yeah, I'm a better fantasy player than you. You know more about college than me, though. So
I am a better football player than you.
I don't play college fantasy, so good. Congratulations.
I dominate college fantasy football. Like I dominate that hobby. This one,
That's like a gay dude telling me he's better at licking butthole than me. It's like
you know how much more difficult it is
women
to play college fantasy football. It's matchups, man. Like there's a half dozen guys you start every single week, and then it's all about matchups. Like it's you have to be well, and you're dealing with 122 teams or something like that. It is
what are you, a fucking college football expert now?
Let's not forget, dude, that keeping wildlife, an amphibious rodent for, domestic within the city, that ain't legal either.
What are you, a fucking park ranger now?
No, I'm just trying to offer.
Who gives a shit about the fucking marmot?
Mark says, good to see you boys on Twitch. Yeah, I just kind of go on Twitch so I can get this nice horizontal view, which is I can see Story's beautifully handsome face right here. Let's see. What's the buy-in for the fantasy league, Rob? The fantasy playoff league's 100, and then we're gonna do 6 leagues next year. They'll range. I'll have a bunch of I'll have a $50 league, a $100 league, maybe a $250. I'll do a bunch of different, whatever the people want. I'm in for because I throw in $6,000, so it doesn't matter to me. Whatever you guys want, we're in for. Right, Story?
Yeah. Whatever the people want.
We're men of the people. Yeah. Let's see. How much better is Bijan than Gibbs, Genty, A-Chain, Cook, etc.? I mean, Gibbs is the only one in this conversation. Genty could become there, but Genty's a solid player. He's more of a power back. Gibbs is the only one that's there.
He's a usage monster. So as soon as they get something competent working on it, is Pete Carroll, is he one and done? You think? Are they going to
he's gone. He's gone. The report came out. He's gone. Like and the broadcast, they're like, they got to bring back Pete Carroll. He's only his first year. It's like, dude's fucking ancient.
Yeah.
His gum's older than his gum's older than like you are, dude.
That's a step in the right direction for Genty right there. Not drafting a quarterback would be a good next step. The organization is in complete disarray right now, but if they put even a halfway decent offense around him, Genty will be a compiler. He'll be an absolute monster because he'll get 24 carries a game.
Is Genty worth a late second or early third next year if Pete's still the head coach? He is for me because with Pete being the head coach the last 7 weeks, at least the last 4 weeks in particular, we saw mega usage, and they're going to have a top quarterback there. They're going to have Mendoza most likely.
Mendoza.
Yeah, he is there because I like touches, right? He's going to touch the ball a lot, Storey.
Yeah, that's my thing. I would love it if he slipped to the third. I don't know that that's going to happen, so you might have to adjust your expectations about when you're going to take him based on that. Like, if you want to get him, you're probably going to have to sneak up into the early second to get him.
Nico was wide receiver 8 this year. Holy shit, he was wide receiver 8 this year because he only missed 1 game. That's wild, bro. It's wild.
That's another concussion guy that we got to keep an eye on. Like, he got mostly skated by this year.
Taj with a $20 banger, and just so you guys know, that is a beer chug. Let you guys know of our fundraising thing here. Every 5 supers is a beer chug. Every $20 super chat beer chug. Everyone that signs up for the Patreon during the show, that's a beer chug. And Taj, we love you, man. Taj, you got to get in the Discord, my dude, because I see you on here a lot. You're the man. Don't be surprised if Eberflus is back in Dallas. Jerry loves keeping his buddies employed. Dallas front office is the only in the league who would hire a defensive coordinator before that head coach. It's not healthy rooting for this team. No, it's not healthy. It has not been healthy rooting for this team. Even in the 90s when they were winning, it wasn't healthy rooting for this team, Storey, because it was all over the map. That was nice they won Super Bowls, but you had Michael Irving stabbing people in the neck. You had the crack controversy. You had
I hope that Dallas.
Who was that? Nate Newton? Was it Nate Newton? Nate Newton with the 400 pounds of weed in his fucking car?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
But I just hope the Dallas fans have a creative outlet for their frustration and ire towards the team. I would be completely furious if I was a Dallas fan with the organization they keep trotting out there. Like, I guess they love offense, but that defense, rough.
Whew, thank you, Taj. I couldn't. This is an IPA. I can't be chugging this now. Actually, I have done that before on the stream, but these are 7.5 percenters, and I've already had like 9 of them. So this is my 10th.
It's a lot.
Am I slurring my words? I handle it pretty well.
I'm actually I mean, I'm surprised you're this coherent. It doesn't seem like it seems like your first beer. Like 7.5% would put me.
No, I get a little bit more. I get more fired up, right? I interrupt more. I get more like heated and like passionate. I'm very passionate. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
I'm working on it. Hey, I have gotten a lot better, Storey. I watched the film, bro.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
It's the nights when we do three in a row at your house. The end of the last 30 minutes of the third one gets really loud.
You remember the Matrix one? I got really lit up during. And like it was like that by the end of it, I was like yelling at you again. Hey, you know what? That's just the treatment I get from Ray. Like I project Ray on me to you, is what it is. I apologize.
No apology. No. What was Meat Sweats eating last night?
I don't know. Meat. I don't know. Michael Irving stabbed his teammate during the Super Bowl era. Yeah, with the scissors at the barber shop. Right. He was getting his hair cut and like. I'm saying like, dude, Michael Irving like literally. So he had the first crack thing, which was in Texas. You know how like weed in Vegas is like it's like 20 years. It used to be 20 years of life for weed.
Used to be huge. Yeah.
Crack and like certain like class X drugs was a class X felony in Texas. And it was 20 years to life for what he had. It was like a fucking ounce of crack, dude. It was a giant rock. And he literally had multiple people saying, because he said his argument was he didn't bring it to the fucking the sex party. And they had like 4 girls said that he brought the drugs every time, right? Because of course he did. It was Michael Irving, dude. He's a fucking millionaire. And somehow it got like squat, somehow because of the fucking Cowboys. But he got off on these charges. And then second time he got pulled over after his playing career with a bunch of crack. Didn't get in trouble for that. And then he during his playing career stabbed his teammate in the neck. That's 3 crazy things. Now you see Michael Irving on that Netflix Christmas broadcast story. Like, dude, how many chances do you get?
If you're a professional athlete and you're charismatic and you have a lot of money, as many chances as you want. It's just the way it goes in society.
That's apparently the answer, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at Ray Lewis. Dude is literally walking around free. So.
Yeah, that's one strike, but that was murder. Aaron Hernandez was not so lucky.
That's the big one. Like,
Hey, technically, Aaron Hernandez got away with murder though. The first
did he?
time. Double murder.
Well,
Double murder. Yeah, in Boston.
They would have pegged him. Like he had another trial coming up.
No, but he had a year where he was free of that, and like
Right.
I don't know if they were going to found him.
Like while he was in jail, they were going. Did you ever see the documentary? Like they were making a case against him for that early murder, not the Odin murder, but the earlier one.
Yeah. Jay Moore, imagine playing as Bijan in fantasy. That's scary. Well, I'll show you this. I did, and it was very scary, guys. It was very scary. Oh shit, the comments blocking it. I won by 1 point. 1 point, and I had Matt Stafford, and I needed I didn't need to outscore him. I needed to win by like what? He needed to beat me by 10 with Bijan. He almost did it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I mean, imagine playing against
93-yard tutter. King Henry.
Who had obviously Henry had a monster week on Thursday or Saturday. Who were there any wide receivers that just absolutely blew up this week, like Puka did last week?
No, I mean Henry blew up, and then Bijan blew up, but there wasn't many giant performances, really.
No,
Where am I at the chat here?
There was. I'm trying to think. There wasn't a wide receiver that went for like 180 yards. I mean, yeah.
For next year, keep 2: Lamar, Travion, Chase Brown, Derrick Henry, London, Jamar Chase.
Well, the biggest question is, what are the keeper rules for your league? Because that we can't make a decision without unless it's just like
I think we're just going to assume it's just pick whoever. Pick whoever.
And so these are like, because there's a value component to this as well. Like, are they your first round picks? Are they where they get drafted? Are they where they were drafted?
I think it's just you get to keep 2. I'm just going to take it as that.
So they take the place of your 16th and 17th round picks. Like, is that
something like that? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only way I can judge it. So I think it's Jamar Chase for sure. Obviously, top 5 pick, and then it's London, Derrick Henry, or Chase Brown.
Yeah.
London?
Derrick, no, I don't know. If I got Jamar Chase, I think I'm probably going to run it back with Derrick Henry.
Carlos Boozer's the GOAT. You know what? Carlos Boozer's the GOAT of having a spray on hair. Remember that Carlos Boozer when he sprayed on his hair? You remember that?
No.
Sprayed on hair?
Was that on the air?
It was in the Bulls. Yeah, you had a spray on hair, dude. It was awesome.
Well, was it like during the post-game press conferences or like when he was playing games?
Or when he was playing, he had like spray on hair. It was like spray on tan. It was his hairline.
I don't remember that.
Fucking awesome. Yeah, check it out. It's fucking great, dude. Mike says that's such rage bait. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't say things for rage bait, just so you know. Does any other running backs know the unblocked defender like Bijan does? You see that?
Looks like shoe polish. That's awesome. I don't remember that.
Good call from Mark. Damn near every second year wide receiver flopped. He has me worried about picking up a Luther Burden next year. Dude, I was watching Matt Harmon. He did a kind of a recap on the second year receivers this year. They all did bad for Mark Twain's point. It was bad. Like Ladd, Brian Thomas.
You just called him Mark Twain. That's awesome.
Huh?
You just called Mark Harmon or Matt Harmon Mark Twain.
No, Mark Twain. To Mark Twain's comment.
Oh, Mark Twain's comment. Okay. Oh,
yeah, like Matt Harmon did a whole thing. Like Roma Dunze was doing the best of all the second year receivers. He got hurt. So they all did awful this year. So I think next year is time to pounce on all these dudes, right?
So if you remember 10 years ago or so, the consensus was wide receivers would generally take 2 years to break out. And so the third year breakout was the thing that we were kind of targeting. Then as more and more wide receivers got drafted higher, as there were more higher, like more production, like West Coast offenses, et cetera, they started to become more pro ready. And so second year was the breakout. I think there are some things that we need to look at from a fundamental perspective when it comes to fantasy football next year, including the running backs and the sheer volume of committees, the way that big time running backs are like the bell cows are staying healthy, the wide receivers status. I think that there's a number of things that have changed. A lot of it has to do with this is a cyclical game. So as good as offenses were, Like a lot of it had to do with rookies and second-year players having to contribute because of the passing games. As defenses adjusted, that too high shell man, that has changed a lot of passing game. This has been a disgusting year as a fan. Like, no, we shouldn't have to watch week in and week out professional quarterbacks throwing for 50 yards in a game. That is an insult to us as a fan. Like Bryce Young, Max Brosmer. That's 2 in the last week. That isn't it. Like 50 yards over a course of 60 game minutes. That is
Khan. What was the guy's name from the Chiefs?
Khan.
It was 2, and it was 2 in the same day. Story.
Yeah,
he might have thrown for like 100, but whatever.
Yeah, and that has limited the output of our wide receivers, and it is an affront to us as fans. The NFL needs to do a better job getting these guys ready. I am furious with the NFL as it stands. Like, this has been a disgusting year. We shouldn't have to watch this much crap on our TVs week in and week out. We as fans. I'll get off my soapbox.
The counterpoint to that though is the parity, which is nice. All right, like they said, there's gonna be one repeat division winner. Obviously, the Chiefs are done. The Ravens might not make the playoffs. Like, it's, by the way, Story, our Ravens ticket's still very much alive, my dude. I'm just telling you. If now the problem is it's tied to Lamar Jackson's health. If he's not healthy, they're not winning the Super Bowl. If he's not 80% healthy, but I think they could win this game with Tyler Huntley. Would you agree? We just saw them lose to the fucking yeah. So I think what they should do. Do you think this is a good strategy for them to just rest Lamar and just, if you can win, because if you play Lamar and he doesn't get healthy by playoff time, then what are you even winning the game for? Because it's Super Bowl or bust for them, right? So you play Tyler Huntley. I think you could beat the Steelers with Tyler Huntley, and then you have one more week of rest for Lamar, and then you get in the playoffs, and you play the Texans. Say what, round 1? They can beat the Texans, dude.
Possibly. Seemingly. Let's so here we go. Wide receivers drafted last year: Marvin Harrison, second-year bust. Malik Neighbors, injury. Tough to tell what that would have been like. I think it would have been okay.
Yeah, it would have been okay, but bust where he was drafted at though.
Roma Dunze started to get hot and then got injured. So bust. Brian Thomas bust anyway you stack it. Xavier Worthy bust. Ricky Pearsall bust. Although he had a decent day. Xavier Legette
bust.
Legette bust times 2. Keon Coleman complete and utter bust. The dude was inactive again.
Gone, bro.
Bust. Jalen Polk, remember he was a hot name for a little while last year.
Jesus, he's on our team right now.
And then Mitchell popped his head up for a little bit, but again, I mean, a bust. Malachi Corley, Jermaine Burton, Roman Wilson. I thought maybe he could have done something in Pittsburgh. Dude. Nope. McMillan, part of the reason that Buka was like took a big step back. I mean, it's not
McMillan's good.
Way before that, but it was McMillan. Luke McCaffrey, barely saw him this year. Troy Franklin, okay. Would have been nice to see him continue to ascend, but like as soon as Pat Bryant started to come on, bust. Javon Baker, Detez Walker, Cowling, Gould, Smith, Thrash, Bub Means. Yeah, literally bust across bust. A couple of injuries in there, but man, what a disgusting year for second-year wide receivers. Wide receivers.
By the way, Jermaine Burton is probably not playing football ever again. That was my last round basketball pick in a lot of leagues. Miles says Liam Cohen has turned Brian Thomas into Quentin Johnston. You agree with that?
I mean, they're spreading the ball around a lot. So yeah, I can kind of agree with that.
What do you think about this one?
Why do you think Burton's not playing? I mean, he got suspended by the team, but as far as I know,
he's a knucklehead. He's essentially a knucklehead. And by the way, real quick before we get to Mouse Super Chat, thank you, my dude. How insane would this Niners offense be with a full allotment of talent? I'm talking about Brandon Ayuk right now. Like, dude, it's silly. Like, Tungus is killing it. Like, his backup tight end. Like, Ricky Pearsall's healthy-ish again. Obviously, Jennings is fine, but like, dude, they don't need much. And you add Brandon Ayuk to this mix. Like, he chose to sacrifice all that money to be what he's Antonio Brown, whatever he's doing. He could have just joined this team, this championship roster, and just been a cog in this offense as a wide receiver 3 and made, and just got paid. Now he's not making any money and he's just driving cars fast and just smoking crack. What is he doing?
He's had a chip on his shoulder since he got drafted by San Francisco. I don't know what it is exactly.
And he got paid. So why does getting paid? Like Antonio Brown, the same thing, right? Late round draft pick, earned a spot, and like becomes a fucking psycho, a knucklehead. Like, what's wrong with these dudes, man?
I think that Antonio Brown's problems can be directly attributed to CTE. I would be
Devontae's perfect hit.
I mean, that it's all cumulative. Like that's part of it. And
did you ever did you watch the did you see him on Joe Rogan?
Antonio Brown?
Yeah.
Or Devontae's perfect.
No, Antonio Brown.
No, I don't watch Joe Rogan. I don't. What do you say?
Oh no, it's hilarious. He shows up with like some kind of like war helmet on. Dude, he is just out of his fucking mind, bro. Mouth, can you comment on this one? I can grab a beer. Mouth has a thing for the quarterbacks.
I'm D1 NCAA for NFL QBs being shite. NFL needs to start looking in D2 and D3 for actual pocket passer talent. I don't disagree with that. I think these systems are set up to play the college game, which relies on a lot more West Coast concept than what you'll see in NFL offenses. Like the inability to teach these guys how to read defenses, I think is a big component here. It's easy enough to assess a college defense, which are all pretty easy schemes, versus what these defensive coordinators can draw up in the NFL. So I don't know if that's strictly a D1 thing or if it's college in general, but college is a different beast altogether than it is for the NFL. And I don't know. I can't think like the best pocket passer in D1 right now is probably Julian Sayin, but it's tough to say. Like Ohio State quarterbacks generally don't fare well in the NFL. I mean, Stroud's doing okay, but it's tough. But we're seeing these problems in college too. It's not strictly an NFL thing. I think the NFL, the defenses are adjusting faster than offenses can make changes.
Thank you, Mouth. Downtown Sports, link in the description, boys. Pickens' numbers super inflated since CD missed 4 or 5 games. That's true, but also he did in real life football story, George Pickens' route tree and just his, he was known as a pretty much a boundary receiver that made acrobatic catches. George Pickens took his game to the next level this year. He was winning on digs and slants and in breaking routes and stuff like that, where he wasn't doing that in Pittsburgh. Probably because they were limiting his game by the routes they were, giving him. But like Pickens showed that he is that talent. The problem is between the eyes, right? The ears, whatever you want to say, his brain.
Yeah. Between the eyes, between the ears. Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know what they're going to do with him next year. Like, I don't think they're going to let him walk, but it would floor me if they signed him to a long-term contract there.
No, they can't do that. Again, I mention this all the time. It's the Bengals thing, right? Like, you saw the Bengals formula of Joe Burrow and 2 high-paid receivers does not work because the offensive line and defense suffers. The Cowboys can't be paying Dak $60 million a year, CD $40 million a year, and George Pickens $38 million. It doesn't work. You can't. They can do it for 1 year, but they can't do it long term because it just kills you.
Well, and that's also the problem that the Bengals have seen with both the offensive line and especially the Bengals are an unserious organization. I've never seen a more pathetic excuse for a defense on a field than the Bengals this year. That was especially this last game against Arizona. Like I know that that they only gave up 14 points, but my God, like just the overall level of effort there was disgusting.
Jay Moore, Chase Brown or HA next year, full PPR. By the way, we hit 5 supers. I have a chug here. What do you think, Chase Brown or HA next year? Now, Chase Brown did his same thing where he just dominates in the fantasy playoffs.
Yeah. He dominated in the fantasy playoffs. He had, beginning of the year it was just not disgusting, but it was bad. He was not returning value. P. Ryan was heavily involved. Then P. Ryan got hurt, and it was the Chase Brown show. He got back to that 90% opportunity share. And then P. Ryan came in, and he sneaked a little bit, but then Chase Brown turned it on. He looked really good at the end of the year. I'm going to trust that Achan's talent is going to win out. Achan's a better talent than Chase Brown. So, and he has the way they used him this year, the way that he has performed, even without Tua, I think Achan is the pick.
In PPR especially, because I mean Chase Brown's great in PPR as well, but like what he did, dude, like the touchdowns and I don't know, they're both good options. Who is more likely to stay healthy between those two? Because it seems like it would be Chase Brown, but A-Chain's been pretty healthy in his career.
Yeah, he had the. I mean, last year was kind of hit and miss. We had the preseason scare, and then the week 14. Oh, week 13, he might be banged up, but then he played that Monday night, so he was healthy all year long.
Shout out to MVP, just upgraded. He's a professional fanatic now. My dude, that gets another beer chug too. I'm gonna die tonight. I'm just trying to get in that dynasty next year. You're in, bro. We only have 5 people as of now. You're the 6th. We're gonna have at least, I think, 8. I think ideally we want 8 in a super flex and really deep. I'm talking like 4 flexes, dude. You got no ball. 3 flexes. I don't know. You know, I like to add a bunch of shit.
Cornelius, I'm gonna draft Cornelius Johnson next year.
Or we can make it an IDP as well for those of you that want to get real deep. I don't know what your thoughts on that story. Anyways, no IDP. Okay.
So sick of IDP.
You watch DP porn?
DP porn. I don't know what that
Double
means.
penetration. It's pretty fun.
Oh man, this is a family show.
It's not a family show at all. MVP, thank you, my dude. I'm gonna play a clip. First of all, before I do any of that, I'm gonna show you Helen Hunt.
Yep, there she is.
You like her?
Yep, she seems like a really swell lady.
Oh man. Thank you.
Very nice performance. Very nice and clean performance. Very, very, very nice. Which one of these talented entertainers, who I am not attracted to at all, will be the winner?
Mouth says Shador and Tyler Shuck are good. Cam and Dart too. This year's clash round would be pretty good. Dude, so someone on the show last night, Story, was trying to say that Cam Ward's trash. Like he's the worst quarterback of this class. And I like Shador. He impressed us from what we hated Shador. Tyler Shuck looks like a starting quarterback in the NFL.
He does.
Dart looks like a mini Josh Allen at times. But I still think Cam Ward's the best quarterback in this class. Am I crazy?
I think that Shuck's going to turn out to be pretty good. Cam Ward has shown especially towards the second half of the year, he's shown the flashes that really turned me on to him when he was at Washington State and then Miami. So I think he's going to evolve into a pretty good player. It'd be nice to see, like, to kind of beef up the. I mean, they got what's his name there. He didn't have a very good game.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
A wide receiver that they drafted.
Jameer DK, Iomanner?
Iomanner. They got Iomanner. And then they got Jameer DK, who looked okay. Like, if they could put a decent offense around him, I think that Ward would be pretty good.
Dude, that play he made where he's scrambling around and it was I think it was deep shot to Iomanner. Cam Ward's just a thick, big-bodied warrior. And I love his quick release. And I know it just looks bad, dude. His play caller sucks. His coach sucks. The offensive line is god awful. And the talent around him was like a 1 out of 10. So this is what makes quarterbacks, right? This is why I always say I like quarterbacks in college that are drafted from bad programs because they get their brains beaten in and they learn the game. Cam Ward got a crash course in this his rookie year, right? It could not have gone worse. He had no running back talent there. No talent at all. Chickaconquo, come on. I love the guy, but like nothing. They got nothing. Calvin Ridley played 3 games this year. So Cam Ward is going to be my favorite best ball pick next year. He'll probably go quarterback 24 next year. Love it.
Something like
and
that.
He should scramble much more. We've been clamoring this from day one for Cam Ward, right? Just scramble, not to scramble to throw, scramble to get first downs, bro.
Yeah, it felt like they didn't really want him scrambling that much, but I get it.
Well, that's also because the coach is a fucking got Down syndrome, dude.
Story,
Mouse Out Story, starter sit, Caitlyn Jenner or Helen Hunt?
Starter sit. Oof, man. Buckle up.
It's like bang or get rid of. Like, who are you gonna bang?
I'm gonna take this as mouth means who would you like to have a nice sit down dinner with? I'm gonna go with Helen Hunt because I'm sure she got some nice stories to tell me about Hollywood. I can't stand
now.
Whole Jenner family.
The Curb Your Enthusiasm angle would be, Larry David would say Caitlyn Jenner because he'd get more brownie points because, you know what I'm saying? People would be like, oh, he's a good person. He's having dinner with Caitlyn Jenner. What a good person. He's such he supports the community. That's the Caitlyn Jenner thing. Yeah, Helen Hunt has, Twister and, Castaway is one of my favorite movie story. So
it's a good movie.
She's a bitch in that movie, though.
Who? Helen Hunt?
She gave up on Tom Hanks. So quick.
She would have been dead for like 10 years. Wait, not dead, but like
no, it was 4 years story. And just so you know, she had a 2-year-old kid, an 18-month-old kid. By the way, there's a conspiracy theory that maybe I started on the internet that Helen Hunt was already having an affair with the dentist before Tom Hanks disappeared.
Seemed like a nice enough guy in the movie.
No, he was Mr. Big. He was in the movie Mr. Big. Not Mr. Big. He was the character Mr. Big, and I think Sex and the City.
Oh, right.
Here's the reason why: is because Tom Hanks was always traveling, right? Always traveling. They showed us this. He was Russia and shit. She was definitely fucking that dude before he disappeared, and it was just such an easy transition for her to get married and have a kid. That your kid's 2 years old, 4 years after the disappearance, the plane crash, is kind of shaky to me.
That is fast. I'm not gonna lie, but like. Things can move fast in some instances, especially if you're like grieving and you haven't figured out your emotions. What do I know? I've been with the same woman for the last 20, what year is it? 22 years. Jesus, it's been a long time.
I think Helen Hunt was definitely pounding or getting pounded by the dentist beforehand. That's just my hot take. Mouseau says, by the way, of Tampa, Jacksonville and San Fran went out. I'll be 6 for 8 on the division winners this year. I was wrong on Broncos and Eagles. He picked the Chargers and Dallas. But possibly only one of the 8 will be repeat winners. So he actually went on the most of those were not the favorites. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I can't believe it. Wait, Tampa had to have been the favorite to win the South.
Tampa was the favorite, yeah.
And I'd be willing to bet that San Fran. I'd be willing to bet that San Fran was the favorite also, as well as Philadelphia.
Ooh, okay, good call. So three favorites. Tron says I'm gonna have a long do not draft list next season unless things change. Nico Barkley, Justin Jefferson, CMC, unless he's a bargain. Well, he won't be a bargain. That's for sure. I'll say this, Tron. Do not draft lists are for suckers. Like, no, it's draft at cost. And Justin Jefferson will probably be a bargain. Barkley could end up being a bargain too.
Dude,
and same with Nico. Like you said, was wide receiver 8 this year. It was just a rough finish.
I knew it was going to be a step back. But what is it?
He's still like RB 16 on the year though, Story, but because he hasn't missed a game.
I mean, it's a disgusting year for him, though, regardless.
Gross. But do you believe in do not draft lists, though? Do you believe in do not draft lists?
No. I mean, even the guys that I'm morally opposed to, I'll still draft them at the right cost. Because this is the conversation we had the other night. Can you separate the art from the artist? In this case, this is a game about a game. So, yeah.
Drafted Malik Neighbors still finished first and took home the ship.
Yeah,
let's go.
That's pretty good.
That's solid.
That's pretty good. Had to make some adjustments.
Will there be any second-year wide receivers you trust next year? All of them, depending on where they go. Not Marvin Harrison's Story.
He's a third. He'll be a third-year wide receiver. And so maybe that's the year that he finally breaks.
Second year. Okay, second-year wide receivers next year. I guess I was thinking third year. My bad.
Right. So
who would that be?
Your Luther Burdens, your Trey Harrises, your Dante Thorntons, your Jack Beshes, your
Dante Thornton. It was not a good class. It was not it's McMillan.
Oh,
Ted McMillan. I will trust Ted McMillan.
Yeah. 2025 draft. Let's see if there's anybody else.
Steven Jackson or Larry Johnson. Who do you got? Steven Jackson or Larry Johnson? One word answer.
Who do they have this week? What's their
No, dude, come on.
I know I'm being facetious because of the other night when I was.
I know. I get it. That was an IDP question too. Steven Jackson for me, dog.
Yeah, Steven Jackson.
Fucking versatile.
I love watching that guy play. All right. So Ted McMillan, Mecca Ibuka,
go ahead.
Matthew Golden, Jaden Higgins. Jaden Higgins is not a guy that I am out on. I would be happy to take Higgins, probably where he lands. Then you got Luther Burden, Trey Harris, Jack Bash, Kyle Williams, your boy, Isaac Tesla, Pat Bryant. That's another guy that I think could make a leap in year 2. Jalen Noel, probably not.
Bryant,
there. Savion Williams, same situation. Ty Felton, same situation. Come here, DK, maybe if they improve at Tennessee. Dante Thornton, Arian Smith, Jalen Lane, no. Jalen Royals, Alec Iomenor. One of those guys is probably going to ascend next year. Jordan Watkins. I forgot he was even on the 49ers. There you go. That's it.
Iomenor, baby.
Tez Johnson was relevant for a very short period of time. And then
this is a big question for you. Big question for you. You're going too deep. You're going too deep for me. My butthole was hurting. Should I trade the 111 in Ibuka for the 101 in Dynasty? For you.
It depends. Do you need a running back? That's the big question. Do you need a running back? Because it entirely comes down to Love will be the 101 in Dynasty. If you can, if you are in need and you're going to make a run, then I say go for it. If you're in the middle of the pack or rebuilding, I would not do it. I'm not going to give up on Ibuka after one bad half. Imagine if this was flipped and the half he had to start the year was the half he had to end the year. We would be thinking about his season completely differently.
Good call. And look who's there. Chris Godwin, injured, old. Mike Evans, 1 year left. That's it?
Yeah. I mean, if
nobody
he comes back, like he'll probably come. Well, I don't know. That one's tough.
Prime Le'Veon Bell or Todd Gurley. It's a 3-year sample essentially for Todd Gurley. So it's best 3 years of those guys. Who you got?
Prime Lev Bell or Todd Gurley? Lev Bell, dude. Watching that guy play was incredible. I've never seen somebody like you see it a little bit with Bijan. You see it with what's his name? We just saw this. Anyway, letting the play develop, like the ability to either like position himself and kind of wait for the play to unfold or to hit the hole immediately. Like his vision was second to none. His footwork was incredible. Like his nose for the end zone. Lev Bell, like prime Lev Bell, was one of the best there was in this game. Man. Then he went to the Jets.
You know what I always think about when Le'Veon Bell is the holdout and the jet ski picture of how fat he looked. He looked like me on the goddamn jet ski, and he's holding out and like thought he was winning. It was hilarious.
Good. Tell me everything.
Okay. They were both here. They were both inside me. Eduardo was in my mouth and Luther was in my butt.
Oh my God, no, don't tell me everything. What? No, what?
Damn it, Bonnie.
Eduardo who?
Sanchez.
Holy shit, tell us more.
Then Luther went in Eduardo's butt for a while.
Tell us less. Tell us less.
Then they both completed on each other. I was left out of the finale.
I like how she says it, finale.
That's the best. Liam Cohen is all short or intermediate passing game. That is very true, which is Jacoby Myers and Parker Washington.
Yeah.
In running backs.
And yeah, ETN has performed admirably.
Look at Bucky Irving last year. Now Bucky Irving's gonna be such an interesting draft pick next year. Now, hopefully they get rid of one of Sean Tucker or Rashad White, but like that is such an X factor pick because Bucky Irving, man, I loved him coming out, but like he overperformed so much based on the scheme. And I was talking to Ray about this and how many highlights of Bucky Irving last year was him just running in the open field, making guys miss, which again is impressive. But how many running backs in the league make guys miss in the open field? Almost all of them. So like, what is closer to Bucky Irving's future this year? What we've seen, or last year in terms of ability?
I mean, probably last year. I think he's still mentally not there. We did hear reports that he was the injury was starting to weigh on him. I wonder if the way that they spread his job around when he wasn't there, I think it's probably eating into his confidence. I cannot imagine they run a 3-back committee again next year. Feels like they're trying to protect him from himself is what it kind of feels like. He's closer to what he was at the end of last year than what he is at the end of this year, in my opinion.
All I have to say is, okay, I'm not trying to discredit any mental illness. I'm saying if you're trying to say that his mental issue was based on his injury, it was so hard on him, dude. That's like such bullshit, dude. Like, I'm sorry, you got hurt. How many players have devastating injuries? Like, it's not, you can't, that's not real. Like, it's bullshit. He's obviously a weak person because he came back. He still got paid. He came back. I'm sorry you got hurt. How many players like have gotten hurt? Do you think Jaden Daniels is just gonna be done? Like, no, dude, you bounce back, right? You come back stronger. Look at Patrick Mahomes right now. You think he's gonna let this hurt him, get him down? Like, I don't believe in that. And I'm not trying to like make a stance on any of that shit. I understand that stuff, but like,
well, I'm not saying that.
Like,
I'm not saying that that's actually the cause. I'm saying it might have contributed to it, but this is pure speculation on my part. I don't know, like, what else accounts for the lack of usage?
It's the way he's used. It's the way he's utilized. It's bad. It's way different than last year, right? They're running him like essentially like a banger. He is not a banger, dude.
But they also ran him much differently at the beginning of the year. So why would the usage, if he's healthy, why would the usage have changed between weeks 1 through 4 and now weeks 13 through 17? Why did that 9 weeks make a difference in the way that they used him? Like, he was a bell cow, a workhorse prior to the injury. So what changed?
Dude, the Bucs are such a mess right now. Like, what is I get Baker Mayfield's hurt. Like, we all know he's hurt. He's gonna have multiple surgeries after this year, but it's not even just that. Like, they're healthy at wide receiver. Like, everything about their team. Apparently, Liam Cohen is that good. Because now you look at the two things, right? The Jags are vying for the number 1 seed in the AFC, and the Bucs are under 500 in that division. Like, what's the one constant? It's Liam Cohen, right?
Yeah, but like, how do you account for then like the Bucs' success at the beginning of the year, as well as the Jaguars' kind of mediocrity at the beginning?
One score victories. It was Liam Cohen getting acclimated and 1 score victories by the Bucs.
I can give you the Liam Cohen getting acclimated, the new offense taking time to gel, but like I don't believe that the Bucs were. Like, you go back and look at the scores from the first few weeks of the season. There's something else going on here, and it's probably Baker Mayfield either injured or playing poorly.
Scheme, the injury for sure. I'm not trying to discard the injury, but like,
I mean,
the
they
defense,
beat Seahawks 38-35. They beat San Fran 30-19. Right? They beat Houston. They beat Atlanta, who was much better at the beginning of the season. And then the bye happened, and it's loss, win, loss. What in the world? That is such a weird dichotomy.
Who leads the league in yak at the wide receiver position this year?
I was trying to find that because I saw that question, and I cannot. I don't know where to find the stat. But
you know who it was last year? Was Khalil Shakir.
I can tell you what team is the leader in yak, and that's the Detroit Lions. But do you know who's got the most receptions on the year right
now? St. Brown?
Nope. St. Brown is 106. He's 5th on the list.
Oh, who is it? Oh, it's Trey McBride.
It's Trey McBride.
Yeah. The funny thing is they showed the clip on Red Zone, and Evan Ingram shows up. That was the tight end receiving list, right? Evan Ingram 3rd all time with 114 receptions. Blows your mind, right?
Was that Jacksonville or Denver?
Yeah, Jacksonville. He broke the record for rookie receptions as a tight end. His rookie year with New York was like 84. But Evan Ingram, the guy has terrible hands, can't stay healthy. Has I think it's Zach Ertz. I think it's Evan Ingram, Zach Ertz, and now Trey McBride, right?
Yeah.
At the list? Unreal.
Unreal. I found yak, by the way, if you're curious. Do you want to take a guess?
What do you got?
Do you want to take a guess?
Well, it's probably Puka.
It's Puka. 635 yak. Second is Jamar Chase. Third is Amon-Ra St. Brown, then Jackson Smith and Jigba, no surprise. 5th is George Pickens.
Ooh.
6, Nico Collins, then Olave, then Devontae Adams, which really surprises me. Devontae Adams is 8th on the list.
He doesn't have that many yards this year either, and all of his catches are touchdowns, like slants, or like fades in the end zone. Is Tyler Shuck going to be rookie of the year? He's favorite, right?
What about Carson Schlesinger?
Ooh, they would never vote a defensive player, Story, because that's how the NFL works. Same reason that the only ones that win MVP are quarterbacks. Yeah, Carson Schlesinger is a fucking baller, bro. I have him on IDP. I have him in our league.
Yeah.
Awesome. What a guy.
Where'd you end up in our league? Nick's league.
Oh, I didn't even get third place. I had high points and was first place, and I lost. Unreal, man. It is what it is. You know what it was? I fucking started Jackson Dart in the semifinal and lost by like 15 because of Jackson Dart. And then I benched and I dropped Jackson Dart for Kirk Cousins. And then I would have won, I would have probably won the league, I think, if I had just like not started Jackson Dart in the semifinal and then started him. I would have, if I started him in the third place game, I would have won third place. But yeah, you couldn't start him. I don't know what the hell they're doing there. What the hell's going on here? It is what it is. I got high points. I got my money back. So.
Yeah, well, that's good news. I mean, that's better than kicking the pills. The Yak
$150 league. I don't care.
Was Jamar Chase with 787.
Clear Secure was up there. Was it Yak per reception? He was on top.
This is just total Yak. Yak.
Yeah, it was Yak per reception. That was Clear Secure. Jonathan, you ready for a dynasty league?
Brian Thomas last year was the leader in Yak. Was it air yards?
Jonathan, home keeper league question, 12-team full PPR. Keep 2. Josh Allen, A-Chain, Jamar Chase, George Pickens. Start 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 2 flex. So, again, we're going to go on the assumption that you can keep them for whatever, free, essentially free.
Not any week 18. What's this start 2, or is this just the
He's saying that's the lineups. So we're gonna go who's drafted higher. So I'd say Jamar Chase number 1. You guys keep him.
Chase and A-Chain.
And then Chase and A-Chain are going to be top 5 pick and then a top 12 pick in A-Chain. Yep, that's the way to do it. Will JD5 bounce back? I want to hear your take on Jaden Daniels next year.
Yeah, the injury shouldn't affect him in any capacity. I don't know, sophomore year slump. It's not too surprising. You get a little film on these guys, but these guys are competitors. They're going to adjust their game as well. I think that he will. He'll go to multiple Pro Bowls. He'll never win an MVP. How's that sound? He'll go to multiple Pro Bowls.
I got to ask you this: who's going to be drafted higher in fantasy next season? JD5, Jaden Daniels, or Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Dude, recency bias is a hell of a drug. And Jaden Daniels got hurt, came back, got hurt. He's not going to did not help any teams in the playoffs, whereas Caleb Williams has been balling out.
Who should go higher next year in drafts?
Jaden Daniels.
Okay, thank you. I agree with that one. He should. I mean, I'm going to be all about Jaden Daniels. If he goes quarterback 8 next year, dude, every team. I don't care about quarterback injuries. We're talking about a 7th round pick.
7 or 8 sounds about where he'll go.
I don't care.
And again, recency bias, injuries will cloud people's views.
Jay asks, where will Caleb go next year? You think Caleb's going to go quarterback 6?
Let's play it out. So we are assuming that the tush push will get eliminated.
Dude, Jalen Hurts undraftable next year, bro. Thinking about it, because AJ Brown might be gone. Regardless of that, tush push is also ineffective right now. Either way, it hasn't had. I don't think they had one like the last 6 weeks, bro. So that's already gone.
Yeah, they didn't even try it this past week.
No, but he's bad, and they have a great defense. So like Jalen Hurts, undraftable.
He doesn't run much anymore.
No.
But it wouldn't surprise me to see him go before Caleb Williams, just because of the name, previous production. And he's going to be he'll be in the playoffs. So Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Hurts, Lamar, which 4 right there. Who else would go before these guys?
I'm trying to look right now. My phone's being slow. I'm trying to think. It's
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, Drake May.
Oh, Drake May for sure. Yeah. Let's find out.
Bo Nix could be considered. Patrick Mahomes. Still, if the reports are good, Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know, man. People got burned by Mahomes.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
Anybody?
Trevor Lawrence.
Dak Prescott.
Yep, Dak Prescott. There you go.
Brock Purdy. Matt Stafford.
No.
I'm just naming names here.
I know, but
AJ McCarthy.
Josh Allen, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts.
It's close. We got to move on because we're way behind in the comments. But yeah. I think I was telling Ray that Jaden Daniels will go higher than Caleb Williams. Rushing upside, dude. People look at the rushing upside. We know he had a Caleb Williams having a good real life season this year. Fantasy is solid because all the injuries. He's quarterback 6. Jaden Daniels was quarterback 3 2 years ago.
Yeah, but Caleb, what's Caleb Williams' rushing stats this year?
Miles says Caleb finished quarterback 7. He will be drafted quarterback 9. Miles also says Higgins, Burden, Golden will be big sleepers year 2. Golden's terrible.
387 on the ground for Caleb Williams this year with a week to go. So don't.
I know. Hey. Whoa. Did are we all caught up? Oh wow, we're caught up. All right, I'm gonna get Ray on here and we're talk a little bit. Story, I don't know if you want to get off. Yeah. If me and Ray can finish this off. Or...
If you're gonna bring Ray on, I'll jump off. We'll reconvene.
Yeah, hang out for a couple minutes till he gets back on, and we'll talk some shit here.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, sweet. Wrap up the show, man. It's been a hell of a year, Story. Hell of a year, man. I appreciate you. The nice thing is you have dogs. You don't have children, so you have time for me.
I have a dog, and she is rather needy. But I tell her that, hey, listen, my podcast time is my podcast time. Okay, can't bother me during my podcast time. Except for the one time I had to run and take her out because she was bothering me.
You think Tyler Shuck could be a future MVP? Is that crazy?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I do like Tyler Shuck, and he has certainly improved that team. But come on, like the dude is already like 45 years old. He's got a limited. A lot of these guys come in the league at 21, 22. They got a long runway. Shuck's got to do it in 5 or fewer years.
All right, I got this question for you. I'm gonna play a clip. I have to pee.
Carson Palmer,
and then hold on. I'm gonna pee. Where's it at? Man, I had Ray host a show. I don't know. You saw Ray host show solo the other night?
No,
I was sick. And some of my clips got fucking mixed up.
Did you give him your computer or access to your computer?
No, I just gave him the login. Here you go.
I love it every single time. I love that song. Trent Greenberg, Carson Palmer. Dude, it's Carson Palmer, Jay Moore. I love that, watching that guy play. He made the Bengals relevant when they were, first of all, that's another unserious organization. Can't believe that they have lasted as long as they have. Had the success that they had on the backs of Joe Burrow and that offense. No thanks to Zach Taylor, who's a raging moron. But yeah, Carson Palmer, dude, he let me see what his career numbers are, because
I love how you just fit in that the coach is a raging moron. I just love how subtle that is. Story. It's just so like, it's like a guy that's got a sex addict. It's like, she got a nice ass. Like, and she doesn't have a nice ass. She's just like a girl. Like, she has an ass, and that's just Story. That's just Story right there.
Don't think just because I got a lot of money, I'll give you taco flavored kisses, honey. Fulfill all your wishes with my taco flavored kisses. Taco, taco, burrito, burrito, taco, taco.
So 8 awesome years in Cincinnati, and then 2 mediocre years in Oakland, and then 5 awesome years in Arizona. The dude retired an absolute stud.
The best, he's the best USC quarterback ever, right?
I would argue, yeah. I would absolutely say he was.
How about Matt Leinart?
Oh, Leinart was okay. It was
what? Matt Leinart sucked ass, bro. Ninth overall pick, I think. Such a weak arm.
Okay, well, so the
noodle, bro.
Expectation versus reality, but he didn't suck ass. Come on, he's not JJ McCarthy. Zing.
Well, JJ McCarthy. Hold on, I have something for this. Do I have this? Do I have this? Tell me I still have this.
Where
the JJ McCarthy clip? It's great. Here it is. I got it.
I don't know, Peter. We already have Sam Darnold. Do you really want to go for the quarterback box?
Yeah, but it could be anything. It could even be Sam Darnold.
It was J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, it was J.J. McCarthy.
Any of the sports memes on the shorts on YouTube recently? Is he still?
I'm putting my own on. No, he stopped. I'm putting my own on. It's a lot of work, but next year I'll really hit it hard. What are your thoughts on Sam Darnold? Because this is going to be back-to-back. He has a chance to do what he didn't do last year, right? Is to win the division and get the bye, which last year he didn't. He epic fail.
Do you know what?
He hasn't played well.
He's one of only like 4 quarterbacks that had back-to-back 13-win seasons or something like that. It's like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Sam Darnold. There's It's
that's what I'm saying, and like it's awesome. And again, the Seahawks were what I believe 7.5 over under this year for a win total, and like last year the Vikings were pretty low too. So it's not like he's joining juggernauts; like he's joining good teams. But
yeah,
it's not because of him that they're winning.
Tom Brady, Brett Favre are the only ones, and they all did it on the same team. Sam Darnold's the first one on 2 different teams to do it. Give credit to Mike McDonald, not McDaniels. Oh my God,
same thing.
Freudian slip there. Now give credit to McDonald. Like he's put together a pretty. I mean, the defense. Forget about it. Like that defense is top 3 for sure in the league, right? Houston.
It's Houston and Seattle for me.
Yeah,
and Denver is third. Denver's third.
Denver's there. So yeah.
Did you see the stat? Did you see the stat tonight about the most pick sixes of all time? Matt Stafford just tied Brett Favre.
No, but that
32.
seems
32.
rather apropos.
It's kind of like a compliment though, because like they said in the broadcast, it shows you've played a long time. Like you can't be that bad. If you're bad, you can never have that stat because you just like, it was the Matt Schaub. Remember Matt Schaub had 4 straight games with a pick 6.
Yeah.
Like Matt Schaub didn't play long enough because he wasn't good enough. But like this is my argument. Like again, Brett Favre is not good. Like this thing is not good. Brett Favre is very overrated. Because the dude just threw so many. He threw a lot of touchdowns. He threw a lot of picks and threw a lot of pick 6s. He has the most. He's the Nolan Ryan of quarterbacks. And I have been notoriously a hater on Nolan Ryan in terms of like, I know you're not a baseball guy, Story, but Nolan Ryan or Pedro Martinez.
Nolan Ryan, I guess. I don't know.
No, Nolan Ryan lost 291 games. He was like 330 and 291. Pedro was like 230 and 90. He lost 90 games. Like it's just, I get like longevity is a cool, and Brett Favre had longevity, but he also had a bunch of years where he threw 24 interceptions. Is that good, dude?
I mean,
24 picks, dude. Take care of the fucking ball, man.
You know that Cy Young had 316 losses. The dude
that was a little different.
The dude who the award is named after. So
baseball is stupid, but that's not a great comparison. But like Brett Favre, Brett Favre a top 10 quarterback for you?
Oh wow, 292. That's a lot of losses.
Yeah. Dude, and his ERA is like 3. What is the ERA? 3.1, 3.2, 3.3,
3.19.
Yeah,
5,715 strikeouts. Good play for him.
Oh yeah. He had a lot of no hitters and strikeouts. That's congratulations. You know what I care about? Pedro Martinez pitching in the steroid era against a bunch of juiced up dudes and having an ERA at 1.9 for multiple years. That's
Nolan
impressive.
Ryan was a first ballot Hall of Famer with 98.8% of the vote.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's also baseball.
Lifetime
So like, if you're
batting
going to
average
count,
against him was 204.
yeah.
It's a major league record.
Just so you know, Storey, you can't ever. Your argument can never be he was a first ballot Hall of Famer in baseball because Barry Bonds is not a Hall of Famer. So like, if they're going to say the best player that ever lived is not in the Hall of Fame, so therefore your argument of a guy was a first ballot Hall of Famer carries zero weight, because what does that mean?
Nolan Ryan had 300 strikeouts in a season 6 different times. That seems like a lot.
Yeah. He played, he pitched a lot. He was a warrior. He was an Iron Man. That's awesome. He was Cal Ripken. Cal Ripken, pretty good player. Like, Cal Ripken played a lot of games.
Who are you comparing him against? Pedro Martinez?
Pedro Martinez. Go look at Pedro Martinez.
He only had 300 strikeouts once. No, twice.
Different ERA. What about the ERA? What's his ERA?
Pedro Martinez ERA 2.93. 3,154 strikeouts.
What's his ERA plus?
I don't know. How would I find that?
It's an advanced stat.
I guess I could Google it. Advanced stat.
You know what ERA plus is? ERA plus compares you to every other pitcher during those years, which actually carries weight to me because it's comparing amongst eras matters, right? So Pedro Martinez ERA plus is career 154. I guarantee Nolan Ryan's is much less, and if it's not, I will stop this podcast right now.
ERA plus. Here you go. Career.
Nolan Ryan's ERA plus 112. 112, man. 154 to 112. So ERA plus means 100 is exactly even with your counterparts, right? If you have 90, it's less. 110 is a little higher.
I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this stat. I don't even know what this is.
It would be like passing yards adjusted, right? So like 4,200 yards in 2022 is average. 4,200 yards in 1984 was way above average, right? So that's what ERA plus is.
Fielding.
That's fielding. Yes, that's another one. But all I'm telling you is that Nolan Ryan 112 ERA plus, Pedro Martinez 154. That means that Pedro Martinez was 150% better than the average pitcher. That means that Nolan Ryan was 112% better than the average pitcher. There it is. Who's better? Who's better?
Here right now.
Jesus,
what the
Ray.
hell are you two talking about?
We're talking about Nolan Ryan and Pedro Martinez.
I'm very upset. Like, how dare you two? So who said
Nolan Ryan blows?
Ryan? Okay,
blows. Very overrated.
He was pitchers.
Nolan Ryan is the Brett Favre of starting pitching.
Bullshit.
ERA plus, bro. 112. No, 112, man.
Okay, so how about you just listen to literally any baseball player that played back then and played against Pedro Martinez. Now, this is a very hard conversation because we're old enough to remember these things, or me, I was born in 91, so never watched Nolan Ryan, but I've religiously watched his tapes. You did him wrong, right, Storey? No, I'm saying, you did him any wrong.
This website
that dude was ready to knock your fucking teeth out with 105 mile per hour fastball right to the fucking
Nolan Ryan, Walter Johnson, Greg Maddux, Justin Verlander, Roger Clemens.
Now, now, Storey. Pedro Martinez is the sickest baseball pitcher. Sickest. I know. I would like to hope that you understand what I'm talking about there. Just nasty, sick, just pure craziness. Because Rob, I will never, none of us will ever see, I want to say the 3 Hall of Famers, but that 99 All-Star game, Pedro Martinez strikes out the first 3 batters, and Storey's on his phone. I don't have my phone.
Almost. I'm just looking this up.
Hold on a second.
Nolan Ryan has 7 no-hitters, bro.
I don't care. That's one game. 324 and 291. He was a 30-game over 500 pitcher. I don't care about records, okay? See, that's a dumb stat, but I'm telling you that's a stat. ERA plus 112 to 154. Not even close. Also, Pedro Martinez beat up Don Zimmer. Okay, you know who Nolan Ryan beat up? Robin Ventura when he was young. That's what I'm saying.
And
like,
as a matter of fact,
beat up old people.
As a matter of fact, I will never. I really, Rob. I think I can think of 2 pitchers who had blood on them when they pitched. Nolan Ryan, and when I talk about blood on Nolan Ryan, hey, sorry, look at me. Blood dripping from his mouth, just being a badass. The second guy, Kurt Schilling.
That was fake blood, by the way, I think.
Bullshit. No. Bullshit. That was, yeah, man. He was playing for real, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're pulling bullshit.
You
man.
really think Nolan Ryan was a more dominant pitcher? He had a longer career. Congratulations. So did Brett Favre. But most of his career was garbage. Garbage.
Pedro Martinez didn't have a single no-hitter in his career.
I don't care. It's one game.
No. Both of you, I can say, you know what? That's why I couldn't believe I hopped on and I heard, that's why I was screaming. Because I wanted you to get me in on this conversation. Because I agree with both of you for both different reasons. Nolan Ryan is on the Mount Rushmore of all-time starting pitchers ever. It's not even close. The guy was the biggest bulldog.
Greg Maddux is way better.
Well, okay, maybe.
Randy Johnson's better.
Hey, did you ask me of my Mount Rushmore?
There's only 4.
Maybe Greg Maddux is on mine.
So Randy Johnson, Greg Maddux, Roger Clemens is better than fucking better than Nolan Ryan. What do you mean no? Not even close. Not even close. I don't care if he took steroids. Everyone else taking steroids too.
Rob,
so I gave you 3, and then Pedro.
I understand. Just real quick before we go. I can say one more thing. Anything that I want to say about this conversation? Have you watched hitters that went against Nolan Ryan and explained the way that man pitched? Because the way that batters act now, Storey, please, before Storey and Rob, before you say anything, I want Storey just to be my chime in guy here. What I heard when there are podcasts, interviews, clips that we see of guys who went against Nolan Ryan, from what I heard, that was a bulldog on the mound that you never want to even step inside the box for. Because first off, if you don't respect the guy, he's gonna murder you with a fucking 100+ mile per hour fastball head. And if you do, I'm just saying, like, that goes a long way.
324 and 291. That's awesome. He killed it. He won 30 more games than he lost. Congratulations, bro.
Now, Rob.
Brett Favre threw a fuckload of picks. Aaron Rodgers way better than Brett Favre.
Hey. Didn't I say I'm the double-edged sword here? Now, let me.
Yeah.
Pedro Martinez, if I had a gun to my head, one pitcher to win a starter to win one game 7. Well, that's a bad argument. Game 7 of the World
Series. Say somebody put a gun to your head. Said, do you want your baby to be lighter or darker? What would you choose?
Why is someone holding a gun to my head and asking me what shade I would prefer my son to be?
I don't know. See,
why is he putting a gun to our head?
He wants to find out what your preference is. So you're walking down the street with Will, and he snatches you into the backseat of the car, and now he's got a gun to your head. You want a lighter or darker baby? What shade?
Get away from me.
What color is the guy holding the gun?
He's mocha, right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
50-50. You want it lighter or darker?
I would say on the lighter side.
Oh!
Anytime you say gun to your head, I'm playing that clip, motherfucker.
No, but I mean, what we're talking about here, Pedro Martinez, one game to win. Well, I before you cut me off, I said one game to win a Game 7 World Series game. I was going to say Pedro Martinez, but you cut me off. Bob Gibson is the greatest Game 7 World Series pitcher of all time. Not even close. That guy is like god of gods. But if we're talking these two pitchers that you guys were talking about, give me Pedro Martinez, one game. That dude strikes out, nastiness, just.
As long as it wasn't against the Yankees, we can agree with that one because the Yankees were his daddy.
6 weeks.
I don't watch baseball anymore. I just know a lot of baseball history.
Sorry, what fan are you?
My comparison,
baseball?
though, guys, my comparison is Pedro Martinez is Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre is Nolan Ryan. So, like, Aaron Rodgers better than Brett Favre. Would you guys agree with that?
Can you at least?
Who's better?
No.
Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers?
That's this conversation with Pedro Martinez and Nolan Ryan.
It's not a bad analogy because Aaron Rodgers, very efficient, better player. Better player.
Funny thing is, Rob, that might be the best conversation. I said it was the worst. Might be the best because.
Can you answer it? Who do you guys have? Who do you want playing one game at quarterback for you? Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre? I'm gonna get into one player debate per episode, and this one is Nolan Ryan versus Pedro Martinez. We can revisit the Brett Favre. Just give me one answer. One answer. Come on, Storey. One answer.
Not gonna do it.
All right, Storey's got to get out of here. Me and Ray will continue this. We love you, Storey. Hey, thank you for a great year, my dude.
Remember what we talked about at the beginning of the show when I said I got in an argument with 5 other dudes about LeBron versus Kobe versus Michael, and after like an hour and a half, nobody had changed their mind. So good luck, guys. I will change your mind. I can't wait. All right. We'll see you Thursday night, man. And then after Thursday, next week, we're going to have a bunch of good stuff. Movies, all the good stuff. We can't wait. All right. Later, Ray. Let's give a round of applause. Let's give Storey a round of applause.
Well, are you going to really do the real?
My dude.
Well, are you going to give the real round of applause and do what you just did?
Jonathan says in a vacuum.
Yeah, well, Mom also said for you to stop sticking your dick in the vacuum cleaner.
Hello? Hello?
I said don't disturb you, I'm cleaning my room!
You don't want what's in the vacuum, because what's in the vacuum is that Ray played Blake Corum, who scored an average of like 13, 12 points PPR and over Ricky Pearsall, and Rob beat me by 2.5 to get his money back.
No, I won more than that because I won high points in the league, which was 250, and then the 250 for money back. So I won 250. You know what's bullshit? We're talking about this, Ray. We had the best 2 teams in the whole league all year, and we cashed fucking 250, bro. Trust me. How do you think I feel, man?
And we were both 10-1 after week 11. So yeah, 10-1 after week 11, and Rob was the only one who made any money back.
In my 6 home leagues this year, I had 5 top points, which are all paid out money back. And I won 1 championship out of those 5 fucking leagues. And I won 3 third places. Either way, like I ended up winning 5 championships, but
did you
what the fuck?
Your 5th place?
No. I'll say Erica won her Erica won 4 championships out of her 11 teams.
She did what are her 1-1 league that she did herself?
She won her 1 of 1. She did win that one. So she won 4.
Hey, this
so
is
in her career,
for Erica.
Yeah,
that's a round of applause.
In her career, she's played
let's see, her.
She's played 14 leagues.
Put her on the mic. Tell her Ray wants to congratulate her.
One of them she drafted on her own, but in general, I drafted all those other teams. 14 leagues. She's won 6 championships and 4 second places in her 14 leagues. She's made to the championship in 10 out of 14. She's only finished out of the money once, bro. Again. That's what I say. I want to play a lot more $150 leagues because that's what she plays. These Fantrax public leagues. I play all the big money leagues.
Hey, I promise you.
It's just free money.
I promise you, if what we talked about, if Jay decides to leave, you will be first in line to join the high school league.
Let's go. Cam Ward has come on the last quarter of the year. Titans have $100 million in cap space next year, plus a really good draft pick. I love Cam Ward. That's gonna be one of my biggest best ball drafted players, dude. Like I love Cam Ward. He looks good. Remember last night someone was saying who's the worst rookie of all the rookies. Get out of here. Landon, weird hypothetical question. Would you rather have Malik Willis, assuming he starts, or Tyler Shuck as your quarterback? Who do you want?
Shuck.
Same.
The
difference is Malik Willis needs a specific offense, right? He needs an offense tailored to him.
I think it's a closer question than like what the way I just immediately answer like Shuck. This is like the way I think, if the person who asks, it's like, oh, Ray thinks he's a piece of shit. It's like, no, I think the way that Tyler Shuck could you imagine if Alvin Kamara was like 100% healthy? You know, I'm just saying, like, damn, like, I don't know, like, it's crazy that Tyler Shuck's older. That's the problem, is that people have a problem because he's older. I don't know him. I honestly, going into next year, first off, fantasy-wise, I'm not going to be, oh, yeah, Tyler Shuck, I'll only draft him as my number one quarterback, as a top 10 quarterback. I'm not saying that, but...
No, but he is sneaky mobile, bro.
Dude, like him and Dart are very equally sneaky. Like, we think Dart might be more mobile, but he might be equally, Shuck might be equally sneaky. You know, I don't know. I am speechless. I don't know. I am speechless.
Ray's never, he's rambling, but speechless is the same thing. Scott White, are you guys doing any week 18 shows? Scott, we're gonna do a couple football shows, but it's not gonna be week 18 stuff because, like, I know some of you guys are still playing fantasy championships week 18, which I advise against. Like,
I'll do one
really
with you if you want to just do a 20-minute.
No, we'll do one. And Scott, I will tell you this: since I don't play in them, I'm
willing to do it with you.
What we're gonna do is no, Scott, get in the Discord because we will answer all your questions in the Discord. So if you get in the Discord, we can answer your start sit questions. I'm not going to do shows because 95% of the population is not in any fantasy stuff. It's all over now. So again, our show doesn't end. We do shows. We're going to do 4 shows a week until the next football season, which for us starts in June. Do a lot of draft stuff, do a lot of other stuff as well. So, like, don't worry, like, the content's not stopping, but in terms of fantasy, it is kind of stopping. And we'll answer your question we're going to do a show on Thursday. We can do some of your questions, but get in the Discord, and then we can get to your start sit questions or any dynasty stuff, any of those things. By the way, shout out to the Patreon members and MVP. Shout out to MVP for upgrading to being a professional fanatic tonight.
MVP
with us now.
We've been asking you, bro. We've been asking you. We've been telling you. Thank you.
Piece of shit. It's also way to support your boys. But a lot of other perks, man. Access to the Discord community fantasy leagues, which we're doing. We have one open spot left for the fantasy playoffs league. We're doing guest appearances on the podcast, free merchandise. You like this hat? Giving one of these away every month. Also, shirts are coming soon, as well as access to my bets, man. Rough week this week, 2-5. Third losing week we had all year out of 17, but still 84-50 on these prop bets, even odds. Like, bad week happens. Hello, Helen Hunts. This is professionalfanatics.com or link in the description to get in the Patreon. Once you get in, I will send you an invite to the Discord and we start the ball rolling, boys. So if you want your start sit questions answered, or just want to support the show and get in the community, we have 65 people in the Discord right now. But it's what do we call it, Ray? We call it the
place to be.
It's the place to be.
What do you call it, Kramer? It was. Come on, Rudy. Come on. We call it the place to be. The place to be. Yes.
Come on already. It's the place to be.
You guys all read the script, right?
I don't read the script. Script reads me.
What the hell does that even mean?
What you getting at with the book script? Spit that shit out, man!
I literally just can't get over the fact that when he says this, spit that shit out, man, he's just like smiling because he's just trying not to laugh. So good.
Jay says Nolan Ryan holds 51 records. Impressive stats. Other than that, going 324 and 292. So yeah, I know a lot of cool stuff. I'm saying is Pedro Martinez far superior pitcher, way more dominant. Now, do you like longevity or do you like dominance? Now, typically I like longevity. Unfortunately, this was very mediocre stuff. Outside of the 51 records, it was mediocre, my dude. His ERA plus 112. He was barely above league average, man. I'm just telling you, ERA plus is not like WAR. WAR is more subjective.
Basketball with this shit. You're out of control.
No, dude, I'm a big baseball fan. No,
you're out of control.
Ryan is not.
I love Pedro. Literally, Pedro Martinez.
Pedro's better than Nolan Ryan. It's not even close. Not even close.
Yes, I
319. 319 is okay. Not in that era.
You're literally just completely disrespecting literally a top 5 baseball pitcher of all time.
I am not. I think he's a Hall of Famer, but I don't think he's an all-time.
You think he's a?
Yeah, he's not an all-timer.
You think
he pitched like 24 years? Congratulations, dude.
You are a. You want
hey,
to call
Ray?
me
All I'll say this. All I'll say this is I'll tell you this. This is much more of a valid argument.
No,
than
it's
people
not
that
even
LeBron
fucking
James
close.
Sucks.
No,
people say LeBron James sucks.
Oh, you knew.
You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron James is such.
You knew, but you knew
such a better like top 3 player of all time than Nolan.
You understand where I said no right away before you even finished your sentence. You knew where I was going, where I thought you were going with that.
Jonathan, I don't know what you mean. Trevor Bauer bleeding from his stitches in his hand and playing with the. I don't know, but I know about Trevor Bauer. Like
that woman.
No. She asked for it. He was cleared. He was fine.
No, you're right.
Trevor Bauer was the victim there, my man. He was the victim. He didn't do anything wrong.
No, I'm looking away because I am thinking about that. You're right. That just came out within the last year. Yeah.
Yeah, it cost him over $150 million.
No, you might as well just mark him up to the Duke lacrosse guys, but worse, but not worse.
And
less worse.
Same thing.
Worse. No worse because there's no way that if those guys were acquitted right away, any lacrosse Duke player would have made more money than $150 million. So
right, the
Trevor
money
Bauer
was worth
totally
worse with Trevor Bauer, but the like scandal was worse with Duke lacrosse because that like ruined the
way
whole
worse. Yeah, no, yeah. And everybody, if you don't know what we're talking about, please. I'm not trying to mean, but you might be a little younger. Yeah, I have an 04, maybe 05.
Yeah.
Dude, just look up Duke lacrosse rape case. 4 dudes got completely hosed and accused.
They got kicked out of school. Their families got just destroyed, and they were totally innocent. They now Trevor Bauer. I'll tell you this, Ray. I have been with
initially years later they were let off, but Bauer was like less than that. It was less than it was like 6 years. Like it came out real quick, like compared to that one. What I'm talking about, like that Trevor Bauer was not as bad of a person as they made it out to be. Because Rob, if you really want to know what my because you unleash, you unzip me, Rob, you unzip me. Oh God, you unzip me.
Unleash the fury.
I'm just to say, if you really want my opinion of things, yeah, I just don't want to get into that. So let's move it along. He got fucked.
I got a couple. I got one more Trevor Bauer comment,
fucked.
Real quick. We are 2 super chats away from a chug here. Ray will do one. I've already had fucking like 15. I've been drinking IPAs, Ray. I've been chugging IPAs, but
you know what's
2
funny?
more, 2 more away. Otherwise, hold on. Otherwise, we're gonna answer. We have like 4 more questions. Otherwise, we got about 5 more minutes. If we get 2 more, we'll add 20 minutes to the show. And then otherwise, I'm taking 2 days off. We'll see you Thursday nights for a little total fantasy recap with some studs, duds. We're gonna go through all of our preseason takes, all that kind of stuff. Trevor Bauer, though. Now, the whole thing with Trevor Bauer was the girl wanted it rough, and he beat her up, and she was a total whore, right? I have had situations like this with girls, and you don't realize some of these girls like getting fucking shit rough, dude. And like for me, it's like strangers. So I've been very, very, the choking thing for sure, but like that doesn't leave marks. I would never I'd slap and stuff, but like
maybe a little more work. It'll leave a little more.
But I've always been very apprehensive about like doing these things because there's not much they can gain from me. I'm not like James Franco. I'm just a no. Now I'm a big YouTube personality, so I got to be careful. And I'm married, so I can't do that shit anyway. But
more importantly, married with a phenomenal wife.
Yeah, I choke her. Yeah, I do. She likes to get choked. Girls love to get choked. What the fuck's wrong with girls, dude? Although the whole thing of like choking yourself while you're jerking off, right? Like that's supposed to be a thing. Have you ever tried that? Never have.
No, but I've always thought about doing a hottie stranger, but I still think that might be real weird. So I still haven't gone down that road either. And if you know what a hottie stranger is, whatever way, if you're right-handed, left-handed, whatever your least dominant hand is, you just make it numb, sitting on it, laying on it, whatever. And then you pleasure yourself with said hand.
Have you seen Zach Amiri? Zach Amiri, the Dutch rudder, with the you grab your own hand, you grab your own dick with your hand, then someone, a guy grabs or someone grabs your arm and moves it. So essentially, they're moving your hand. That's a Dutch rudder.
Can you please, if you're going to go down that route, please explain to the entire crowd here that's willing to listen to us at 1:18 a.m.
Yeah, there's 13
who
people
has
in
the
here.
the entire best comedy cameo of all time is that movie, Justin Long.
It's Justin Long, baby. Justin Long.
I'm going to say no. I would love to explain it. Just help me out. Just explain that.
I should probably add the clip in here, although it's like a 5-minute clip. I can find like the best of the 5 minutes.
Just,
put it in
just
here,
give the crowd, because we're building up. Just give the crowd the spark notes, and yes, please find that and do it. But just give the crowd basically.
I give it to him.
Seth
So Zach and Miri,
Rogen.
yeah, Seth Rogen is with Miri, and they go to this high school reunion. Miri's flirting with this guy that she loves, although he's gay, and with Justin Long. And Zach is talking to Justin Long while she's flirting and making an ass of herself when she's drunk. And Seth is like, yeah, my roommate, my friend is making a complete ass of herself with this guy, and Justin Long is like, yeah.
Mind you, Seth Rogen is thinking nothing of this. He's just like, oh yeah, like he walked up to Justin Long, being like, oh yeah, like my friend over there.
You make films? Like what kind of films? Like you're a filmmaker? Yeah, more like Harry fucks Chuck. Oh, you make gay porn? Yeah, he's like, yeah. And it's the way it goes. It's just so subtle. I can't even do it justice. You got to watch it. So
anyway, so
definitely watch it.
I'm in films. Oh yeah. So what type of films you in? What's Chuck and Larry, or like not that. Well, like it was
more like Chuck fucks Larry.
Yeah, exactly. No, no, it's I think it was a Harry Met Sally or whatever he says. Yeah, he's like, you made it better. Yeah, like Chuck meets Larry. Nah, it means more like if Chuck had Larry's balls in his mouth. Oh,
yeah, right. And just the way he says it, like it's so like monotone. But Mike says, I somehow got to the ship second year in a row in my original league. Appreciate you fellas for the late night guidance throughout the season. You know what? It ain't gonna stop, my man. I appreciate you. MVP, did you guys get a new gambling tax next year? Even if people break even, they're gonna have to pay 10% or something like that. Well, that's already happening in Illinois. What they're doing is essentially, if you're not, like for me, I'm a silver DraftKings member, so I don't have to pay it. But a lot of people have to pay.
Dude, bet
they pay for it if you pay a $10 bet.
Well, Ray doesn't do under $10 bets.
By the way, you lost all that money on draft and bets 365. Ray, I love you, man, but you need to have discipline, and like you need to have units. Like you should never bet $125 on one bet,
dude.
If that's not your unit.
So okay, you know what? He can say as much as he fucking wants. I would have had $240 in the fucking bank if Caleb Williams had one more or half a yard. He had 18 rushing yards.
If you had bet the line I gave you. That's one of it. But no, I'm saying is that Ray, if your unit was whatever it was, like
he's right.
I don't bet. I like some bets more than others. I don't bet 1,000 on some and two. That's not what
I didn't bet 1,000. What are you talking about 1,000?
No, for me, like what you did was betting $1,000 for me because I bet 150 on every bet. So like if I really like to bet, like what do you usually bet? $20 on the bet?
The fact that you're berating me on a half a yard, you can go fuck off. Literally, just fuck off.
Your process was crazy because you should not bet that much on one bet if that's not your bet. It's not your unit. You gotta have units. What's your unit? Your unit's like $20, right?
Dude, no. I don't even give a shit about that. That was a fucking
right. I know it sucks. We won the bet and you bet it too late. But regardless, like it was just too much on one bet if that's what you're betting. Like whatever your normal bet is, stick with that. That's how you make money because you can't be like if you put too much on one, like anything could happen. It's the NFL, right?
I'm just not going to listen to you. The fact that you're even trying to just be, oh, Ray, a half a yard, you fucked up. Fuck you. Just fuck you.
Like, no, you didn't fuck up by losing the bet. You fucked up by
correct. Your logic's correct.
You fucked up by putting too much on one individual bet. Like that's the idea is don't ever do that.
I get that, but like sure. If I would have had $240 in the bank, you would have been like, oh, so
yeah, right, 100%.
So that's what I'm saying. Don't
had you put it on there at 16.5
up because like it was a dumb bet,
I'm
but
sorry.
it wasn't that dumb.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry because you're not wrong. I'm 100% agreeing with you, but like it really wasn't that dumb. I literally lost by half a yard. That's fucking crazy. So
furious. I'm imagining some dude would be
you're right.
Down like 40 because of Henry, then watching this go down with tears in his eyes. Well, check this out, guys. I gotta show you this, Ray. You weren't on here earlier. Look at this matchup. So Puka, I had a league where I was only up by 14.8 and I was against Puka. I was gonna win, bro. Then I had this league. Look at this one. What is this? 0.75. I had Stafford, he had Bijan going into the game. I thought it was an automatic win, bro. 39-18. Like, so essentially I was up by 19 points going into the game with Matt Stafford. He had he had Bijan. Like, how does that even happen? I still won, but like, dude, can you believe that?
I can because my buddy Steve texted me saying that remember that league I told you that I drafted for him? Remember I told you the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I acted like I was him on the Zoom, that whole thing. He ended up winning that league by 0.15. 0.15.
That's a toothpick.
Now, of course.
Hey, by the way,
I'm saying autocorrect could fuck him, but what you just threw up, that's.
Look at how bad this team is, though. Look at how bad this team is. This is a team I drafted. I went 0 RB. I took Caleb Johnson and J.K. Dobbins as my RB2. Look at how bad this team is, bro.
Derrick Henry. That's 0 running back.
But Derrick Henry, no, but essentially 0. Okay, I went hero RB, I guess you say.
Okay.
But I lost Tucker Kraft. I lost Tucker Kraft, and I lost 2 other guys. So I'm saying,
who was
I lost,
your original running
Burrow.
back, second running back? It wasn't Rico Dowdle.
J.K. Dobbins.
Okay,
that's how bad my team was. And I had T. Higgins. I had another receiver that went out, and I had Joe Burrow who I dropped.
That's fair work, but it's like I'm not gonna sit here and say that's.
But I had Tucker Kraft. Like I'm saying, this team was so bad, bro. Look how bad this team is. It's not a championship roster. Dowdle, Henry, Diggs, Higgins, Pickens. I mean, Pickens is nice. Fannin.
I think it's a joke.
Was Kyle Williams.
I think it's a joke to the fact that with the amount of injuries that we've gotten to this right at this moment, that you think that that's not. Yeah, exactly. It is.
Looking at the draft.
No, it is. No, the problem is the way it is a championship worthy winning team. You just did a damn good job of filling in of your problems that you needed to. You did. Dowdle, Fannin. I'm saying like.
Yeah, I dropped Joe Burrow though after he got hurt. Even though there's 8 bench spots, I was just like, he's not coming back, and I wanted the bench spots. But I luckily drafted Matt Stafford the second to last round, like round 16.
Yeah, I was mad.
And Bandit Jay, watch this. It was a rough draft. This is a bad team, and like somehow it's one of my 9 championship teams, and it was like my worst team by a mile.
Well, dude, like I was pissed that Ben picked up Burrow during the XFL season just because like I had Stafford, but that was in the middle of him really solidifying himself. I was just like, oh God, I may need him. Sorry, Dad. Coca.
MVP. Trust me, dude. I used to have the same problem. I used to. What's funny is my problem was more sprinkling in a bunch of random shitty bets. Now I only will bet on. I'll do random bets, parlays if they're boosted. I don't just do things to do things. I try to, and I have hit most of my big like $1,000 bets in my life, but up until this year, I was down all time, like only like a couple $100 or $1,000, and I bet like 300 plus thousand. This year, I'm up like $7,000. Like obviously, the show bets are killing it, but I've hit a couple big parlays. But the unit thing is the only way to really, because we don't know. I know we think we like this bet, right? This bet seems like a lock, and like it's the same reason as like we think his fantasy matchups a lock, and like you lose it, and like we don't know. So keep it to whatever bet you're gonna do. Keep it to your units. One max bet. I do all my bets are max bet. For me, $150. I'll do 8 of them, 9 of them, 10 of them a week. It's it. To keep yourself grounded, and that will stop the major losses. And it sucks because you're not going to win as much because. Sometimes you have that feeling, right, where it's like this line's stupid, this is dumb, the line, the prop, whatever. You want to put $1,000 on it, and you can afford it, right? But it's there's again, Not to say it's rigged or anything, but there's that in
By the
play.
way,
There's
dude,
injury factor in play.
that money that I lost was that's 365 money. That's double why I'm fucking pissed about that.
Why is that? What
Because
is
it wasn't my money.
Oh, it was all free, yeah.
And the money I would have won, which was 236 and change, would have been my money to withdraw into my account. Not that I would have done that, but I'm just saying I took the free money. Like in real I was just saying about 360, bet 365 besides that. Damn it. Whatever, I'm just going to move that. No, I know we're behind. What up, MVP?
Diggs came through at the end of the season. Yeah, Diggs was actually pretty consistent all year. What's crazy is he played every game, Ray. So he was a pretty polarizing pick because the ACL.
You want to know why? You're right. It's real easy.
The pink cocaine?
I'm saying besides his team being good and he likes to win, I think it also was a major reason. But they made his deal super incentive laden. That's what I'm saying. Okay, he got, I'm saying for a base of, I don't know what his base was. I'm just going to throw a number, 10 mil. But he had an extra 5 mil for incentives. He got it. I know he today got an extra $1 million, I think, in incentives for a touchdown and yardage.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying,
and they gave him a screen pass, by the way.
Correct. Yeah.
Touchdown. All right, we got a couple more questions. 2 more supers. Give us 20 more minutes. If you get 2 more in the next 5 minutes, we'll go 20 more minutes. Talk about whatever you want. Otherwise, taking 2 days off. Thursday night, we'll be back with our 100% recap show. All of our takes. We'll go through before we get off, Ray. We'll go through our PPs and let you know what you think about them. We'll go through our hot takes, our bets, our preseason bets, all those kind of things, and then also answer your questions for Week 18. Give us our Week 18.
When am I available in the next 2 days?
I need to take time off, man. I'm taking time off. Champagne won my league by 0.8. Swift almost ruined my season. Swift at 2 touchdowns was fucking nuts. Solo lines are fine. MVP. We
Swift got you to that point, so his 0.7.
No, he said he almost ruined his season because he was against Swift.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I read it wrong.
Solo lines are easier for you to read it wrong because it comes up for a second. I'm reading these things for a while. Solo lines are the way to go, though, MVP, and we'll work through it, bro. Now you're a professional fanatic. We're gonna fucking rock this shit out, my man. All right, 5 more minutes and 2 more supers. We're gonna do 20 more minutes. If not, we'll see you Thursday. I'm going to show you our PPs and break down our PPs, Ray. So these are pillar PP, players.
When in length and
these are our PPs, our pillar players. That we went all in on this year. Me and Storey, we went all in on this year. So give us a rank on these. Me and Storey. I think we agreed that mine were better than Storey's because I had Javonte Williams, but we combined had Chris Olave and George Pickens, which those 2 guys were unreal.
Now, did you guys just put Chris Olave 1-1 for just because you guys both had him, or did you really?
No, they were both of our number ones.
Okay. No,
I think I had.
I want to call you out guys for a right reason.
No.
So
I just kind of ranked these weird. I had Tucker Kraft as my number 1 PP, and then it went. Mine was number 1 Tucker Kraft, 2 Olave, 3 Pickens. He had number 1 Jonathan Taylor, number 2 Chris Olave, and number 5 was George Pickens for him. I remember.
So I will just say this real quick is that my league winning team and my team that I won 3rd place in. So I made the league. I'm in 4 leagues, missed the league in 1, lost to Rob in 1, got 3rd place and 1st place in the other 2. Olave ahead in both those 1st and 3rd place leagues. Had Kyren Williams in those bursts in both 1st and 3rd place teams. Had Javonte Williams in the 3rd place team. And wow, yeah, Travis Hunter. Ugh.
That was bad. Travis Hunter's bad. Scatterbo got
still
hurt,
bad.
Scatterbo was awesome.
But I don't. No, that's fact. That being a 10, that's a great call. I'll give you that.
Tucker Kraft was awesome.
No, I'm sorry. I was just reading the guys I had, but no, but
Fields,
honestly,
bust, Ridley,
no,
bust,
but I'm saying Olave was great. Pickens was great. London was pretty damn good until literally in the last month he got hurt.
Well, once he got hurt, yeah.
I'm saying it was the last like 4 weeks ish until like including these last 2 weeks, like last month, he was like not that great. So I'm saying like up until then, like I mean, London was an elite pick, and so Calvin Ridley bad, Justin Fields bad, Javonte the Williams brothers got me my money back in my high school league of 20 years, so love them. Tucker Kraft would have been a game changer for the whole league winner, I should say, if he stayed healthy. Scatterbo, same thing, league winner. Hunter bad. Now to Storey, Olave great pick. Yeah, so you guys had the both thing. London.
Our top five are both the same. That was where our top five. Like we crossed over on all of those.
Right. So I'll say that again. Ridley and Fields were bad. Jonathan Taylor, that was a fucking. I mean that might be the sixth pick. Having Jonathan Taylor there, that might be just between both of your guys' list. That might be the best pick. Preseason, Emeka Buka was great. Warren was great until obviously,
yeah, his guys faded hard.
And Braylon Allen never did anything. So
yeah. So I gave mine a B or B plus. I gave him a B minus. He gave himself a C. I think his is better than C because
no. I think that with the Jonathan Taylor, because you didn't have him on there. I'm saying like he had Jonathan Taylor 6, you had Javonte Williams 6. Javonte Williams is still like in reality a really good pick. Like many people shit on him going into the year. So I'm giving you your flowers. Like that was a very good pick on your part. I'm not like when I see it, it's like, oh, fuck that. But I'm saying
Javonte was a better pick than Jonathan Taylor when you think about it.
Correct, because I got Javonte Williams. Well, I'm saying in a 10-man league, high school league. So of course everybody got to understand high school league. All my best friends, everybody's very biased, but nonetheless, Javonte Williams was on the free agent wire. I picked him up. Jonathan Taylor was not. I'm saying
you're trying to take that all in.
Excuse me, sir. This is private property. What are you doing?
Just taking it all in.
You're staring at my daughter's bedroom.
She's really grown into her body. This is going to be a fun summer for her.
I really hate to say this. They need the government needs to check Seth MacFarlane's laptop.
No, they don't. They don't.
All
right, guys. Hey, Big Ray, you're the man. Appreciate you. We're taking a couple days off. Again, we're going to be back. We'll be doing 4 shows a week now instead of 7 shows a week.
Oh, before you just keep going on, just tell them who your champion is of our 2 leagues. You beat me for 3rd place in 1 league of ours, and who's the champ in the other?
You won XFL. I got high points in that league, though, by the way. I got high points in both leagues. So.
Oh.
I'm saying. Regular season, bro. It matters. It doesn't matter in terms of money, but I got my money back at least in both leagues. Actually, I won money in XFL because I made that side bet with Ben. That's what I pride myself in, is getting myself the best players. Ray calls it.
No, I'm saying no. That is the thing, bro. Now that is okay. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yep, that's never gonna come true. But yeah.
Thursday night, we'll be back, and we'll do Thursday and Saturday this week. And then going forward, 4 shows a week. I'm going to put in the Discord the schedule here. We're going to give you guys options to vote on the show ideas in terms of what we're going to talk about. Saturday will be kind of an open bar, kind of random discussion. Thursday will be just a football discussion. Monday is movies, dude. You guys vote on the movie you want to talk about. I'll give you a couple options.
Dude, Rob,
and then,
I'm sorry to cut you off. We should make a poll, like another like whole thing on that we do on the Discord. Yeah. Make another whole thing, movie chain, like, and I'll just
Yeah, every week they'll vote. I'll give them 3 options because
I was just randomly thinking. I'm just
and then
you
guys vote on the show you want to see, so more people will be interested in viewing. So 4 shows a week going forward, and then again, once in April we'll be doing a show every day for NFL Draft, and then once May hits, I'm going to be on 7 days a week with best ball drafts. Once July hits, me, Storey, Ray, all the guys will be on for probably 7 days a week talking stuff for 2026. So, again, professionalfanatics.com. Thank you, MVP, by the way. You're the man. Get in the community. Get in the goddamn community because a lot of good stuff happening here. And next year, again, I know a lot of you guys joined late. You didn't get access to the, we helped you through the season. we're going to help you before the draft, and you're going to dominate like I dominate, like Ray dominates, like Storey. I dominate every fucking year because we get on top of these things. We draft Chris Olave this year. We don't draft Chris Olave next year. Now, Ray might disagree with me on that one, but
I
round.
might just depending, but assuming he was a top ending, being especially with this ending the last 2 weeks,
right?
He'll be a second round receiver. No, I'm not drafting him.
No, and we didn't draft Brian Thomas this year. Nope. We're going to draft Brian Thomas next year in the 5th round. That's what we're going to do.
Correct.
Because that's value, and it's all cyclical. It all depends. But
everyone, we're not your just consensus. We're the end of the year, top 10 receivers that top 10 running backs, and we're going to turn around and say, hey guys, this is our top 10 running back and receiver rankings going into the new year. No, like that's just lazy ways of doing things. We're going to give you good in-depth thinking because like Rob said,
and I don't want to pull a counselor like the Concheapsis, like he goes against the grain too much. Like, no. We just don't go against the grain to go against the grain. We give you the players that we like, that are actually going to perform, that we're going to be drafting and be spending my $7,000, $8,000 a year I put in fantasy on. And you ride with me. You ride with us. That's what we do. Ride with us, baby.
Ride that, baby.
And we love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. Ray, I appreciate you. You're the man.
Love
Thursday night, 10 p.m. We'll be talking to you guys in the Discord. Ray, you're the shits. Love all you guys. Love your life.
Right. Love appreciating the support.
Respect each other. What was the last thing I say? I'm fucking drunk, dude.
Sunshine, love each other. We'll see you next time.
It's love your life, respect.
Love your life.
There's three of them. There's three of them.
I thought it was
Man, yeah.
Hey,
well,
Rob,
you know what? It was stressful watching Puka.
All I know is, Rob, just bow down to your champion. Fuck you for beating me. Everybody, real quick, fuck Rob because.
Oh, I got it. It's love your life, stay positive, and respect each other. I got it.